I'm starting the live stream, and I've remembered to unmute this week, so that's already a great start. Welcome back. This is Chill Maths. It's a show on Twitch where we do maths problems and try to solve them. I should probably script that bit at the start, you know? That'll probably go better. It's the only Twitch stream that I know of where we just try and quietly do maths problems together. It's probably the only Twitch stream where we try to take a tea break in the middle. Hello, Herb in chat. How's it going? Hope you're all right. Herb in chat reminds me that I should shout out some people in chat. We've got some new followers. I am Dot or Nero IDC. Sort of 2 usernames. We can call them Dot or Nero if they're in chat, I guess. Only counts as one subscriber though. Goobity1, Mean Machine Rex, a kind of cyborg dinosaur, and 4GI11, some sort of, I assume, sports car or something. I love the usernames that you all pick. And Mary's here as well, and Maths222222. Yes, people in chat, problem on the board, chill maths. This is how the thing works, isn't it? Here's a problem that I got from Problem Solving Matters, which is a series of workshops and online mentoring for people in the UK. I'm doing the whole spiel, am I? I've got this whole paragraph about it. I'm doing the whole thing. A series of problem-solving workshops that are run by the AMSP. I've taken one problem from there. I hope they don't mind. I think this problem's interesting. Shout out to Phil Chaffee if you see this. I think this is a cool problem. Right, who else is here? Neutrino's here too. Hello, Neutrino. How you doing? You're all right. Good. Okay. Here's the problem. I will read it out. I've got two different versions. They're the same. I hope they're the same. The problem works like this. There are 10 swimmers in Phil's version. The swimmers need to be put into matches with 3 swimmers each match, and each swimmer appearing in 3 matches, but no pair of swimmers competing against each other twice. So you have to set up these kind of heats so that the swimmers swim against each other, but only 3 at a time, and sort of spread out so that they don't race against each other more than once. In other words, you can talk about this as subsets. If you like subsets, we talked about subsets quite a lot last week for a different problem. And the way I would do this with subsets is to say, you've got these numbers 1 to 10, those are kind of the numbers for the swimmers. You've got to make these subsets. They've got to have 3 elements in each subset. Each element appears in 3 subsets, and you never see a pair of elements appearing in more than one subset. So this is a problem. I think the bar that we want to try and clear for chill maths today is to try and solve this, and then the kind of stretch goal is to solve it systematically, or to have any idea about what's going on here. Because it looks quite neat and tidy. I reckon low bar we will find some example that works. High bar we will know why it works, or something like that. That's my plan. Hello, Sensation Black 1984. Been a little while. Good to see you in chat. Right. I don't know what your quote is from. I have no idea. Right, okay. I'm going to Google it. What on earth is that? It's in quote marks. I don't know. I think it's a thing you've just said. No, I've no. Okay, right, good. I don't know. Oh no. I've been outed as not the right kind of nerd. I'm sorry. Right, okay, here's some numbers to make up for that. My plan is, I think, to try and solve this to start off with by just listing things. So, you've got swimmer number 1 appears 3 times. So I've got to make 3 subsets with swimmer number 1 in, and they've got to compete against some other swimmers. So why not say that they're swimming against these swimmers? They can't swim against the same swimmer twice. So something like this. I'll say that's a good start. Possibly without loss of generality, this sort of thing is going on. For actually all of the swimmers, but whatever. Okay. So this is going to slowly turn into a Star Trek show, isn't it? Star Trek stream. You'll come back and I'll have the ears and everything. That is confusing. And you can also tell me that everything. You can also tell me that everything is a Star Trek quote, and that'll go really well. Got a choice here, so we could try and, swimmer number 2 has to appear in 2 more swims, and I suppose Sudoku rules or something. I don't know who they swim against. I've seen them swim against 1 and 3, but I have some options here for who they're swimming against. These are supposed to be curly brackets. Do they look like curly brackets? A tiny bit, right? These things are, I suppose, not 1 or 3, and not swimmer 2 because they can't swim against themselves. This can be something 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh gosh, there are 10 of these. Choose 4. And I don't really want to do this in a kind of combinatorics way, but oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. There you go. There goes chat. Right. I feel like this is one of those times when I'm talking about one thing and chat's talking about something different, but that's just efficient. That's something that Twitch lets you do. G'day. We're all in a good mood. So it's possible that we put 4, 5... Oh, I see, but I can't put 4 and 5 together. And I can't put 6 and 7 together because they've already swam against each other. So part of me wants to just sort of ignore swimmers 4, 5, 6, 7 and go for these 3, but I need 4 of them. So there's going to be 1 of these. Maybe I'll pick 4 and 6, Just kind of this is the low bar where I just try and find a solution that works. And then high bar is something like do it systematically. Is it too late to? Is it already too early to be avoiding the high bar? What do you think, chat? Should we just try putting it together to make it work? If I guess at this stage, there's still 5 subsets to go, so it could turn into a right mess. But if I don't guess and I try and branch out the process to say, maybe this or maybe that, keep my options open, then I might be doing loads of extra branches for no reason. Tricky. Of course, the worst thing to do is to just stare at it in indecision and not write down any numbers. Yeah, let's give that a go. Not the indecision. There is a cup of tea, yes. This time I made a cup of tea just before going live, which is making the whole streaming thing much easier. Good to see you, Les Jomer. Right, let's go 4 and... I'm going to mix up a bit. I'm going to use some of the swimmers we've already seen. 4 and 6. But then a couple of swimmers we haven't seen yet. So 8 and 9. I think that will keep everyone's spirits up. They'll see some fresh faces. Yeah. What have I got left to do? I've got 3 left. I should check, I suppose. The total number of appearances is 30, counted in 2 different ways. How are you supposed to redeem tea time? It should be a channel points thing. I renamed the channel points just now, but it should still be a channel points thing. They're now called 0-dimensional points. Because, well, I don't know. I thought that was funny when I typed it. It's still funny to me. Right, okay. So after those 5, what have we got? I'm doing a line here in the sand, but this is maybe the line where it all went wrong. We will draw that and come back to it later when it's all gone wrong. Because swimmer 3 hasn't been any fights yet. Races. Swimmer 10 we haven't seen at all. So I feel like I might use number 10 at the end. Oh, I see, you can't redeem tea because I already have the tea. That's what you mean. The channel points, I'm worried that I'd broken them by renaming them, but no. It's discovered a fear of mine. Hi Charlie, how's it going? Welcome to the stream. We're solving a problem. The problem is on the screen. The bar is that we try and solve it at all. The stretch goal is we solve it well. We are somewhere in between. Excuse me while I professionally try to sneeze on stream. It's not something you came for. There's no way to do that. Sorry, that's not. Oh, Charlie's going to walk straight back out again. Oh, this whole stream. Right, Charlie's joined us just as things are going wrong, in more ways than one. We're writing down some subsets. My aim is to just try and do this. Low bar, get a solution. I've seen 4 has appeared once, so I only need one more fight with 4. And I think 4 has got, because they've already appeared twice, lots of people they shouldn't race against. So they could race against 3, or who could 4 race against? Not 5, not 6, but 7, 8, 9 and 10 are all on the cards. But not both 8 and 9, because they've raced. And oh my goodness, this is going to be such a nightmare. Is it time to bring in swimmer number 10? Maybe, maybe not. The oven was on, but not the heat. Just a sort of light situation. There's some problem solving there. It's showing signs of working, but not actually going that well. Reminds me of this maths problem. Right. Why chat is doing a thing today of having the quotes. The quotes are, I think that one is a quote in quote marks. Right, good. What are we doing? Having fun. I'm going to be greedy. I'm going to pick the first two that haven't already swum against each other. I'm going to go for that, and I'm going to see if I can just sort of slice through the noise and put these things together, and then I'll fix it a little bit at the end if I have to. So 5 needs some competition. Hasn't raced against 6 yet, so that's okay. Has 5 raced against 7? No. And then does 5 need another one? Yeah, 5 needs another one. 5 hasn't raced against 8 yet. 5 can't race against 9 in this heat because 8 and 9 have already competed against each other. But luckily I've got swimmer 10. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I've got a couple left. Swimmer 6 has appeared 3 times. Swimmer 7 has appeared 3 times. Oh, I've got 6 and 7 twice. So this should be something like 6. I want this to be 6, maybe 6, 10 and 7. Just do a little switch there. Switcheroo, there we go. Swimmer 5 has appeared 3 times. Swimmer 6 has appeared 1, 2, 3 times. 7 has appeared 3 times. 8 is in here 1, 2 times. 9 is in here once. Oh no, so both of these last ones are going to need to have 9 in, aren't they? So this is not going to be a solution. And I've only used 10 once as well, so these ones are terrible. This is what I've got left. And what's the missing number? 1, 2, 3? It is 3, isn't it? So this is currently not good because of this repeated 8, 9 and this repeated 9, 10. And maybe other reasons that I haven't spotted yet. Those look like the reasons at the moment that this is not good. Okay. Whoa, we're halfway there. Yep, thanks Neutrino, keeping me honest on the 6 and 7. Should maybe have spotted that I was running into this big problem that if you leave large numbers, 9s and 10s, then you'll end up with all the 9s and 10s left over. So I need to move some of these earlier. Now, could I do this just by swapping? I notice this 9 is in an overlapping place of badness. If that could just swap into something else. So at the moment, if that 9 could move somewhere, where would I put it? Can I just give this a little shimmy to, if this moves to somewhere where it's not racing with 8 and 10, then if I do that correctly, then we're good. So at the moment, 9, I think is going to be racing with 10, 3, 10, 3, 2, and probably 8, because I'm not shuffling this one. So can I find a place to put the 9 that doesn't have any of those? Sure, I mean, I guess I could bring it over. I've got to avoid all of those, haven't I? The answer might just be no, you can't avoid those things. Can't avoid those things at all, can I? Yeah, maybe replace the 1 in 1, 6, 7. That sounds quite good, doesn't it? because 1 is not currently interacting with any of these large numbers. And yeah, okay, let's give that a go. I can use a different colour to show that we edited this. It's going back above the line before the problem. If you put a 9 here and a 1 in here, then now there's only one 110, only one 18, only 910. Yeah, I think Herb's fixed it. So what would the problem be now? 96, 97, 67 looks good. 9 appears with 8, 2, 6, 7, 3, 10. It's got to appear with 6 different things. So I think that 8, 9 problem's gone away. And I think the 9, 10 problem's gone away as well. I think we might be there. How do we check this? A bit like Sudoku, isn't it? There's some restrictions. You have certain gaps. Is it just Sudoku? Is it sort of similar to Sudoku, right? You have some gaps, you have to write numbers in, you have to use all the numbers a certain number of times. That feels like Sudoku. And there's rules about how you can't put them next to each other or in a combination way. Like obviously the numbers can go next to each other, but not twice. So feels a little bit Sudoku-ish. I think this works. How am I going to check? Something like for each number from 1 to 10, I'm going to check that it's got exactly 6 partners. It never swims against the same one twice. And that each number appears 3 times. That bit sounds easy. 1, 1, 1, 2, 2, 2. If you check each number appears at least 3 times, then because there's the right total, will be okay. 7, 7, 7, 8, 8, 8, 9, 9, 9 over here because we moved it, 10, 10, 10. Okay, they're all in there 3 times. And then I've got the kind of adjacency matrix thing to check whether things are adjacent or not. Maybe I should be using an adjacency matrix or something. It's kind of like finding triangles. To find triangles that use 3 edges of the K10 graph. K10 is 10 points with all of the edges between any 2 points in. Find triangles in the K10 graph, 10 of them, without any overlapping edges. Might be nice. Right, well, let's check this solution first. Hello, if you've just joined us. This is Chill Maths, where we've set the low bar of just trying to find a solution to this problem and the high bar of trying to do it well. Right, so 1 appears at the moment with 2, 3, 4, 5, 8, 10. And 2 appears with 1, 3, 4, 6, 8, 9. 3 appears with 1, 2, 4, 7, 9, 10. That's okay. 4 appears with 1, 5, 2, 6, 3, 7. So 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. Number 5 appears with 1, 4. Where's the other 5? 1, 4, 6, 10, 8, 7. That sounds good. Number 6 appears with 9, 7, 2, 4, 5, 10. This is a little bit like me reading the phone book to you, isn't it? It's just numbers. Here they come. I'll try and do it in a soothing voice. The number 7 appears with 9, 6, 4, 3, 5, 8, which has no repeats. The number 8 appears with 2, 9, 5, 7, 1, 10, which has no repeats. 9 appears with 6, 7, 2, 8, 3, 10, with no repeats. And 10 appears with 5, 6, 8, 1, 3, 9. Yeah, cool. Numbers. What do they mean? Okay, so how to visualize this then? Because I want to get visual, I think. I want to see if there's a pattern. Would like a pattern. I wouldn't mind switching them around a bit if it made a pattern. I guess we could try... I guess we could try joining things up if they share elements. Each element appears 3 times. Is it the only solution? Definitely feels not. Yeah. The relabeling thing, sure. You can change the numbers. Not obvious that that makes a different solution, but you know, it feels like it probably will. There are many ways to renumber the numbers from 1 to 10. And then, is there a solution with a different structure? Is a question about what's the structure. Ooh, what's the radius doing there? you packing them in? I did try to, before we went live and I was typing with this problem, I did try to think about it as, is this secretly a geometry thing? Or secret some higher dimensional thing? I'm happy to talk about this kind of geometry problem if you can explain. I'll put this on you, I'm afraid. Why radius 1.5? What are you thinking there? And why 3D? I guess I know why 3D. There's loads of threes in the question, but what are the dimensions? You kind of want them to be different, but also you want them to be the same, so it's kind of... I like Rice Cooker Man. It's a counting problem, sort of. Well, we try to understand what is the structure of our solution, which we now have a solution. How am I going to do this? So I suppose I want to think about these as, triangles. Triangles. Yeah. Okay, so you have like item 1 appears with 2 and 3 and with 4 and 5. Is this good? And with, where's it gone? 8 and 10. So I'm joining things if they appear together in a subset, but this isn't going to be clear which subset they appear in. Suggests a certain sort of approach though, doesn't it? Because then you could put, there's 3 missing. So then you could put a big triangle around the outside of the other ones, 4, 5, which are, with my numbering, somehow 6, 7 and 9. Is that one of our sets? Yes, that is one of our sets. It's the 6, 7, 9 set like this around the outside. I'm going to use curved lines now. We decided not to do, oh no, we are doing 1, 8, 10. We have the 6, 7, 9. So I've drawn that one, I've drawn that one, I've drawn that one, I've drawn that one. And now I'm going to try and draw the others. With different colours. So 2, 4, 6 lies like this as a kind of triangle, and I'm drawing it as a triangle because it's 3 things where the edge has a unique colour because the edge only appears in one of the subsets. And I'm hoping that this looks good when it's done, because it's sure not looking good while it's happening, is it? Oh, is this going to be a kind of rotation thing? It's wishful thinking, isn't it? 2, 8, 9, like this. It's kind of in and then out. One of these ones, one of those ones, and then outside. And 4, 3, 7. What does that look like in this picture? The numbers are a bit arbitrary. I'd be willing to relabel all 4, 3, 7 just like that. Is there another one like that? So you kind of, if you built some sort of straightforward, simple grid, would it be like this? Not really, no. 5, 8, 7, like that. 5, 6, 10. Oh, this is a mess, isn't it? This is just a mess. And 3, 9, 10 to finish things off. Or at least that uses this one. And, okay, right. 3, 9, 10 goes around here. Right, can I describe this? Probably not. Probably not. So the orange and pink triangles are some of the same. I should have done these original 3 triangles in different colours for these 3 ticks that I did over here. Actually 4 if you count the outside one. Radius 1.5. Covers the points which are 1 point around. Right. 3 values in a set. So you've got your 3 numbers in there, but then you've got extra restrictions on the positions, right? Because you've got to use each dimension So you have extra, you have your 3D encoding, math 2222, suggested in chat, this three-dimensional encoding of the problem, which has maybe a strength that you can think about 3D geometry. Not one of my areas of strength is packing spheres in 3D. Sounds hard. But you can use tools there. You've still got to think about how the restriction about everything appearing 3 times fits in. So there's a challenge there. Right, sorry about the colours. In my defence, I had to use 10 of them, I guess. And you're not missing anything. They are bad. What time in each dimension? I'm going to try and draw nice patterns and see if that answers the question. When's that ever been the answer? This felt like it was going somewhere, and then cruelly stopped from going somewhere. So I don't really care what the numbers are on the items, right? This is an interesting structure for a graph that could be based on a really big triangle around the outside. So I'm going to try and use 10 colours. Red for that one. Different sort of red for this one. The challenge is to draw 10 triangles using 10 points for the corners and with no 2 triangles sharing any edges. And I've got this feeling that I can do it using, well, this seems like a nice triangle to draw, right? It's going to patch things together nicely. So I kind of want to draw those 3 in because, well, I'm aiming for 10 of these things, and now I've got 7. So I sort of should be making it symmetric in some sense, if I can. Everything's got to be in 3 subsets. So I haven't got triangles that use, so these points around here, around this circle here, these points are not, yeah, they're great triangles. These triangles, these corners, sorry, are only taking part in 2 triangles each. They should be taking part in 3 triangles each. But I can do that just by putting some sort of offset ones on, can't I? So if I choose a colour I haven't used yet, like grey, I can have a triangle like that, equilateral, using the rightmost ones, and a triangle like this in light grey. That's the worst colour. You heard it here. In lime green, using the left ones, going around clockwise, the left ones could be together. And then I don't think I've used any edges twice. I've rather neatly paired each of these with, rather neatly. On the one hand, its partner from the original, and then 2 of the things around here, and another one on the outside. It's got a kind of handedness to it as well. I think that's 10, by the way. 3 original triangles, 3 bonus ones around the outside, it makes 6. It was great progress. 7th one around the outside. Oh, is it 9? The outmost ones aren't used thrice. Yeah, okay, I've got 9 triangles, haven't I? And I'm about to say that I have to use that one thrice. Okay, forget my lime green and my grey ones. Oh. Right, back to the drawing board. Stuff like that weird purple one on the left. I've got to fit in 3 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I've got to fit in 3 more. Okay, I want to do that. I've got 3 around the outside that need to be used. 3 leftmost ones and 3 rightmost ones going round or something. I kind of want to do that in 3s. Yes, everything except the middle one needs exactly 1 more triangle. And currently this one's paired to that. But it could be paired to, can I do 1 of each of these? So I could do a triangle. I want to do something rotationally symmetric, I think. So this triangle is going to go to green, green, like this. I've got 3 colours to use. green, 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 like that. Furthest away sort of thing. Cyan, cyan. Oh, that's a good colour. Yellow, yellow. That's a terrible colour. Like this. To match up things like this. Further away. Match up a triangle like that. And I can get green, green, light green like that. So there's 3 more triangles, I think. But if I connect those corners, it will look a bit of a mess. But if I connect those corners, I think they're not currently connected. So I think we're RFL. Yeah, I think we reached the thing that we wanted. In a rotationally symmetric way. Yeah. Good way of describing in words. Yeah, sorry, I should have numbered them so that you could play along at home. Sorry. So you might have been thinking of that. Okay, that looks like a solution as well. Aha, Mary still can't unlock the cute RFL because it's behind a subscriber wall. And there's supposed to be a thing where you can use 0-dimensional points to put those together. Which is of course ridiculous, because no matter how many 0-dimensional points you've got, they don't take up any dimension. However many there are. It's not a good joke, is it? It's a medium joke at best. There you go. Yeah, the free one is free. And I think better because it's on the colour scheme. But Twitch gave me the option of having a rotating coloured one, so we did that too. Right. I think I'm going to try and translate these into numbers to try and write down this kind of nice symmetric solution, if we can call it that. So if I use my numbers from before, sorry, these are the numbers I should have given you. Then how do I want to number these? Does it matter? A little bit. How would I prefer this to be? 2, 5, and then some number that's bigger than 7. Probably 8, I think. Could that be 3, 6, 9? 2, 5, 8 for the yellow triangle. 3, 6, 9 for the blue triangle. 4, 7, 10 for the green triangle. Adding 3 each time. Oh dear, should I have just been adding numbers all along? Oh dear. Let's go up by 3s. Right, okay, so my list of triangles now would be the 1, 2, 3 triangle, the 1, 4, 5 triangle, the 1, 6, 7 triangle. Not arithmetic progressions, it should be said at this point. I have the 3, 4, 8 triangle. I have the 5, 6, 10 triangle. Awkwardly 2 numbers together, but never mind. I should be listing them with commas. Regret that now. 2, 7, 9 triangle. But then you gain some nice ones. The 2, 5, 8 triangle, the 3, 6, 9 triangle, and the 4, 7, 10. And then around the outside, 8, 9, 10. I think that works. 5, 6, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, I've had with 10. I'm going to check my solution again. Sorry, this takes a second. Just to make sure that I've written sensible things, but I don't have any emotes to unlock. I have an animated emote that's based on this. I have 3 in the tier 1 slots, and I have, oh gosh, so many open slots, like 9. If I want to give Neutrino like 9 more options of things to do, everyone at all, 2 extra. I should set some more emotes. You're allowed so many. It's great. And we have so many great ideas for what they are. Hello, Spoons4740. Welcome to chat. Welcome to the stream. We're solving a maths problem. Solved it with triangles. Good. Okay. So the reason we might try and solve this better, and I think we're solving it better each time we solve it, is that we might be interested in changing the number 10 to something larger than 10. If you change it to something smaller than 10, the problem maybe becomes easier or impossible. So the original problem that I saw from Phil at Problem Solving Matters also had a part where then instead of the number 10, let's say n instead. If n was 5 instead of 10, I think it doesn't work. So let's try that. It's actually 3 of the subsets, such that no pair of elements appears in more than one subset. And then over here, I'm going to play with this problem. But what if n is 5? So problem's going to be at the bottom of the screen. And we're just going to check that. Well, let's check some small cases. Hello, Kavio. So, welcome to chat. We're getting new people in chat. Yeah, every number needs to be 6 others. Yeah, it's impossible. What do I think? Maybe you also changed 3. Yeah, if I make n too small, then it can't be with 6 others. So, what was I thinking then? What was the problem that Phil said? Oh, maybe you also changed 3. So I think the n equals 5, k equals 2 case? K equals 1? Let's see which versions of this. You've got these numbers in the question. Let's see which versions work and which versions don't. Yes, right. Let's see. So, what have we got? If you've got 5 swimmers and you want to put them all in, each appearing in one match of size 1. Maybe these numbers shouldn't be the same. One match of size 1, where they each appear in one match, then yeah, just let them go swimming one at a time. And that's all right. K equals 1, I think is fine. Yeah, this is not worked out. What did I mean? K equals 1 with 1 swimmer in each match doesn't seem that exciting. Maybe these could be different numbers. Let's try adapting the problem in an interesting way. N equals 1, K equals 2. So if you have to have 2 swimmers in each match, and each swimmer appearing twice, well, I think this might not be very tricky either. So if there are 5 swimmers and each one's got to appear twice, but there's only 2 swimmers in each match, then you pair these 2 swimmers to start off with, and then maybe these 2. Ooh, Herb suggests pentagram, so, let's do that. Green. And then you send these 2 off to swim, and it's sort of a winner stays on situation, but where new people keep winning because they're less tired, until you get around to this kind of pentagram shape, or a pentagon like that around the outside. Pentagon around the outside will also be allowed. Okay, so there's maybe something going on here. Do I do maths exercises like SAT or things like that, or any logical questions? We do all sorts of things. If you've got some homework you're stuck on, we will occasionally try and help. Try to help. At the moment, we've got a problem. I'm trying to remix it to do different versions of the problem. I'm not really sure I've got there yet to find anything interesting to show you. Maybe this, but n larger than 10. Chat can probably help. Thank you, Neutrino in chat. Chat's probably better at this. We should lean into the word chill. That's a great idea, Herb. We should have like a fridge emoji for when things are particularly chill. We should have ice cubes. We should have, yeah, we're going to lean into the word chill. Penguins. We can have, oh my goodness. It's happening. We found our theme 1 year in. we worked out it was right there all along. The colour scheme is kind of blue and white as well. It's going to be great. Right. Retheming as Dr. Freeze. Just wondering. Okay. Yeah, and you're getting other recommendations in chat of people who can do secondary school maths probably better than me. Right, okay, I'm going to try 7. I've got a feeling that some numbers don't work. God, I'm not quite sure why I've got that feeling. But I've got this feeling that if you've got 7, so not 10, but 7. And you want 7 subsets of size 3. Each element appears 3 times. No shared pairs. That's my new phrase for this thing that we're doing, no shared pairs. There you go, look at this. Yeah, Sensation Black, you are allowed to post a link to someone else helping with stuff. It's not an endorsement from me, it's probably fine, go for it. It's a Discord link. At your own peril. Maybe it's time to do my normal disclaimer about the internet in general, just in case. You never know who people are on the internet. It's a whole thing, isn't it? You never know who people are. I would be, if I were you, just quite careful about which Discords you join and who you hang out with on the internet. Anyway, oh, they have Twitch as well. Ooh. Look at me. Ooh. Are they live? Can we rate them? Ah, they're not live. They're not live. They have like actual, like, I've just seen a clip of their Twitch, and from like a second of their Twitch channel, I know that they've got it set up more than me. They've got cats playing animations and stuff. Right, good. Okay. What are we doing? We're trying to solve this sub problem, I think. Suggestions in chat. I've just got a feeling that this doesn't always work, and that we got sort of lucky. Lots of things were multiples of 3 in this problem, once you take out the number 1. Maybe if it's 7 instead. 7 is also 1 more than a multiple of 3, so maybe this is all fine. I get problems from all sorts of places. I work at a university. So lots of problems turn up there, and I'm lucky to work with lots of different people on different projects. So some of the problems just turn up from stuff from my day job, and some of them turn up from just conversations I'm having with some of the people I work with, or some of the people I'm friends with. All sorts, really. I know it would probably be better for Twitch reasons if I could say something like all of these problems are from the top maths competitions for clever people that make you smart, but unfortunately often they're just some nonsense that I'm playing with. Sorry. Right, here's the challenge that I think why this doesn't work. I think if swimmer number 1 has to be in all of these swims, these subsets of size 3 or whatever, and they have to keep turning up to swim, so they're going to have to swim against lots of different people because the other pairs can't repeat. And there's no shared pairs, so it's going to be something like this. And then the question is, oh no, who is swimmer 2 going to swim against? Oh, maybe this does work. It's going to be close. Swimmer 2 is supposed to swim with everyone. Everyone has to swim with everyone else in this 7, n equals 7 world. I feel like this is going to be impossible. There's just too many triangles. Right. In particular, they've already swum with people 1 and 3, but they've got to swim with people 6, 7, 4, and 5. So we've kind of got to derange those pairs in a way. We need to mix them up so that they're not with each other when they're ready for their next 2 rounds of swimming against swimmer number 2. And then they're also going to do the same thing against swimmer number 3. So we sort of need to derange them, don't we? We've had derangements before. Oh my goodness, I can do this with 2, 4, 6. 2, 4, 6. 2, 5, 7. And then 3, 4, 7. 3, 5, 6. My goodness, I think that's it. I think that's actually worked. I'm so annoyed that's worked. I think that might be a partition of the... Oh. Oh. That did work. I thought that wouldn't work. Why did I think it wouldn't work though? It's so pretty. We need to make that prettier. That is, I think, almost unique. It felt pretty unique, right? Oh. Yeah. Oh no? Because we did a thing? I really thought that would be impossible, but there were just enough ways to permute 4, 5, 6, and 7. So swimmer 1 went against, so they're pairs of opponents, right? Your opponents can't swim against each other again, so pairing them like this was what swimmer number 1 saw. Pairing them like this was what swimmer 2 saw. And pairing them like this, I might have mixed them up slightly, but pairing them like this is what swimmer 3 saw. So actually what I did, 5, 6, 2 sees 5, 7, 1 C6. If I am miracle, those have ended up in the correct order. 1 went against 2, 3 as well. And then 1, 2, 3, yeah. And there are my 7 sets. I bet that looks nice if you put them on 7 points of a septicon, right? I guess 1 is a bit special. 1 is a bit special because... Thanks for the follow. 1 is a bit special because it's in the middle. Is that true? Is that true? They're all doing this. If they're all on the circle, it will always look better. Is the number 1 special in this example, or is it just a kind of symmetric relabeling? You know, if I pulled the number 1 out to the edge of the circle, would the picture be rotationally symmetric? So rotational symmetry would be something like if you could find a rule that said, yeah, +3, +4, where are your opponents? And I see 1 would be against 2 in a row, and nobody else does that. Do they? No, because there isn't 2, 3, 4 as a set, or 3, 4, 5, or 4, 5, 6. Maybe they're just in the wrong order. How is 1 different from 2 or 3? Yeah, that's a hard question. I'm not sure it is. 1 was where I started, I suppose. And something like, it's got 6 neighbours on this graph. And they're paired together? Is that true for all of the points? Oh my goodness. Well, they have to be. That's how a triangle works. That's how a triangle works. 2 sides with a 3rd side on. It's a triangle, everybody. But something about like the 2nd order, what order it's next ones. Every time Herb says something, it does sound like this. Some n-grams does sound like a quote. It's the quote marks. It's a strong look. Different ways of drawing n-grams, yeah. I sort of think I'm missing a trick here and that this is actually nice. Can I put these in the correct order so that it appears to be nice? That is a challenge. Because that's a mess at the moment, isn't it? In the nicest possible way. It's a bit of a mess. It's weird to read. I think I'm dropping this bit after the tea break. There you go. Draw a triangle, that's a suggestion that we can act on, isn't it? 1 dot in the centre and dots on the midpoints. Yeah, all right. Okay. Yeah, sounds plausible. Like, that might be nice. Yeah, going up to the tea break. Which happens first? Do we hit our subscriber goal, or do we get to the tea break? Okay, so close to the subscriber goal. We haven't met, have we? Twitch helpfully tells me that I have no subscribers, I mean followers. We're getting pretty close to the follower goal. Okay. Increase the thickness. Right, so something like we're redrawing this with a suggestion not to put everything on a circle, but to put everything on this triangle, which might look fun. Won't hurt, will it? 5, 6, 7 in the middle. So then there are this blue triangle. Straight lines, come on. Like that. There's a darker blue triangle, 1, 4, 5, like this. So there's a nice bit of rotational symmetry there. And there's a purple triangle, 1, 6, 7. We're going to draw a circle. I feared there may be a circle. Is this actually the... Oh no. Has this... There's a thing like that. It is, isn't it? It is, isn't it? Here we go. Right, we'll draw that purple one last because it feels a little bit odd to me. We're going to put in the 3, 4, 7. Where does that live? 3, 4, 7 is that colour. 3, 4, 7 is annoyingly this triangle. Oh no, everything about this has been oh no. I'm just sort of fumbling around in the darkness looking for the right way to understand the problem. Maybe the right way to understand it lies in this rainbow coloured triangle. We don't know. One of those mysteries, 2, 5, 7. It's a lot of saying numbers today, isn't there? 2, 5, 7. I've drawn 6 triangles. Time for a 7th. It is that purple one, or violet or whatever, which has to go through 2, 4 and 6, which I guess becomes kind of very large circle. Right, this reminds me of a thing. It's not quite there. I guess it could be the in circle, couldn't it, instead of the outside circle. Why is this one meant to type? I don't want to type. Technical difficulties, trying to draw a circle. We've all been there. That'll do. That'll do, a bit less. And purple, please. What a lovely picture. Yeah, it is the thing. So there's this thing called the Fano plane, which I think we may be looking at now. Because, yeah, each point is on 3 lines. Each line is at 3 points, art stream. Mine's inside out, I think, which might be a bit rubbish, but if you interchange some points, maybe it's this. Because in this diagram, each point is on 3 lines, and each line goes through 3 points. If you count the circle as a line. It's a thing called a finite geometry. There's a few of these. You might have seen them in a video by Matt Parker talking about the card game Dobble, because Dobble works on the same sort of maths. For us, the lines are the competitions, let's say, and the points are the swimmers. So for each of the lines, you get 3 swimmers, and for each of the swimmers, you get 3 competitions because of 3 lines. You count the circle one, that's a sort of special swim. I think does it turn out to be homogeneous then? So it's sort of the same for everything. No, I don't know very much about this except that it exists and it does that. If you've played the card game Dobble, the thing that's going on for Dobble is that there are 57 cards, more or less, and 57 symbols, and each card. Wait, no. The symbols, the concept of symbols, is something like lines. So that 2 lines meeting at a point means that those 2 symbols both occur on the same card. So the Dobble is something like the cards are the points, and the lines are which symbols are on them, and then they've got the right number of incidences in each way. I forgot this thing about for any 2 lines they meet at a point. Any 2 lines meet at a point. That's true for the finite plane. It's true in my picture. If the lines, if the if the triangles are lines, then any two lines meet. But it's not true over here in this mess, because I have these kind of parallel triangles where the light blue and dark blue triangles don't intersect anywhere. So this is sort of different, and this version doesn't have some of the properties that the Fano plane has, whereas somehow in the 7 case exactly. Okay. So if I picked, it would look more like the Fano plane if, I think it is secretly, but sort of inside out maybe. It would look more like the Fano plane if those 2, 4, 6 were the insides of the midpoints of the lines, and if 3, 5, 7 were the corners of the triangle, because then that circle would go through the midpoints, and because I think these wonky triangles, like my red one, would be something like corner, midpoint, midpoint. Is that nice? No, corner, midpoint. It'd be very nice. I have it wrong midpoint. Do I also have it twisted? Interesting. This is not quite the same picture, right? But it feels like topologically it might be the same picture. Topology is hard. Topology is about stretching things apart. This whiteboard's not particularly good at topology, but what I'm going to try and do here for 3 minutes only, is to try and draw a version of this deforming in the way I'm trying to describe out loud. There's a very low percentage chance that this works out. This is probably going to be a mess. So I'm going to try and deform it. A triangle where I'm trying to turn the midpoints are going to become corners, and the corners are going to become midpoints. I'm imagining this thing folding out through a hexagon shape. Is there a hexagon option? No. Right, we're freehand drawing a hexagon. So I'm imagining it's sort of transforming. Fold out these sides to make a hexagon shape, like this. Keep the middle one in the middle. So then redraw the coloured stuff. Yeah, what are we summoning? Oh, it's awkward, isn't it? Because this red line is not really supposed to include the 0.1. You can't tell that, but it's not, because it's not a corner. That's okay. That's okay. I think I've got it twisted as well. So I'm going to pull this out over here, considering rotating it a little bit. Yeah, I really thought that would look more like a more like something. It's going to look exactly like the thing above, isn't it? Got these 6 triangles to draw, which is a bit problematic. There's sort of too many. Did I say 3 minutes? I meant no minutes. Slip of the tongue. I didn't mean to say I would do this on purpose at all. I will actually do it very badly. Right, so 6, 7. Yeah, what have I done? I could stare at it and say a bit more, but I think this might be a lost cause in terms of drawing lots of triangles to try and prove a point. Yeah, to be honest, I don't know why I thought that would help. Yeah, I just want to move towards a point where these 3, they feel like, to me, I want to pull them somewhere and then just say, aha, those were the corners of the triangle, and now it looks like the Fano plane version of the thing, right? Because it's got corners and a circle. We've got corners and a circle. We're so close. Not that close. It's time for a cup of tea. There's a few math streams out there. We've had a link to another one in chat. I don't know if they all take tea breaks at the halfway point, but Murray has redeemed the tea time reward using 0-dimensional points, which is what we call our channel points. I'm going to go make a cup of tea and come back in a minute. Sometimes I've found that making a cup of tea gives me a good idea about what we're doing. So, yeah. Oh no, somebody has just discovered did you see? They were there for half a second. Streamlabs timed them out. It's technology. Right, good. Excellent technology. We don't need better viewers, we have the best viewers. Yeah. When the chatbots work out that they are allowed to say best viewers, but not viewers, then we're in real trouble. Right, okay. Cup of tea. I'll be back in about a minute and a half. I'm going to run an ad break, but as a reminder, ads gradually support charity in as much as any of the money from the ads ends up in my hands. That goes to charity. Good. Right. Enjoy an advert or a cup of tea or both. I'll see you in a couple of minutes for another episode. Wait, no. I'll see you in a couple of minutes. I'm not going anywhere. Right. Okay. Bye. People are catching up about what ads they've got. Ooh, this jumper does not work well with Twitch compression or whatever webcam. That's really bad. Sorry about that. Twitch wants Herb to, what is that, join the army, and Mari's been advertised 5 things. Zelda those, that's good. Math222 has been encouraged to buy 2 CPUs. They must have seen your username. Okay, right. I had a thought, as I do when I'm making a cup of tea. I should show you other things that are related to the Phonoplane, just in case you're interested. Hey, it seems like some people have hung around after the tea break, so here we go. I hope you've got a cup of tea as well. And about sweet corn. Is that for real? I've never. Are you in a place where are you in the UK? Is that I've never seen a UK-based advert for sweet corn. I could imagine if you're in like an American state where it's all about sweet corn, then I'm thinking of corn. I'm thinking of corn, sweet corn. Oh, wow. Okay. Maths teacher wants to Steiner systems. I just wanted to click on finite geometry. I think. Or maybe I wanted to click on finite projective plane. This is the page I've been on before. Yeah, all these weird diagrams and stuff. There's a way to construct these which I don't know at all. Because look, it says the projective plane of order 2. Every finite projective plane. And there's ways to build these. And I sort of wondered whether, if I understood more about these, maybe I could solve problems like this faster, or maybe I could draw my diagrams neater anyway. And then you see this diagram and you think, never mind, probably complicated. As a reference to double, good. Ooh, what is this? It's an interactive Wikipedia page. Oh, what have we found? Secret Wikipedia, good stuff. Okay. Somehow Wikipedia contains an interactive image, which I don't think I've seen before, which lets you, oh gosh, oh it is slightly tricky to work with. Highlight different lines? What's this trying to show us? Only lines with the letter A and H are drawn, okay, because there would be loads of lines. But for these ones, you can hover over this. I think it's trying to show me that these lines are kind of at a particular angle, going round and round, like looping round. Is that what's going on here? That the A3s kind of line up, sort of, maybe? Not sure about this. Where are these H's? Can't see any H's. There's H0 down here. Why are they numbered? What is this picture? 57 points, 57 lines, 8 points on each line, and each line's passing through each point. So what's this then? If I do that with swimmers, that's something like 57 swimmers, where they're in heats, with 8 swimmers in each heat, and 8 heats for each swimmer. And it's got the additional property, I think, that any 2 swimmers meet in a heat or something, or any 2 heats contain 1 swimmer in common, or something mad. Like, has extra restrictions on it, but fine. 57 though. Track athletes, because 8's nice, yes, okay. Good, and I'm going to go and look up what that is in a second, because I do like cutting edge news. Debunked. Only lines with that. Right, okay, having one more look at this interactive picture that is apparently on Wikipedia. Link in chat. What's this trying to show me? So, I can see a big grid, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57. 57 little squares, and lots of symbols with subscripts on them. The A's go from 1 to 8, the B's go from 1 to 8. There are C's, D's, E's, F's as well. Oh, and G's, which is 7 times 8. Is that all of them? And then the 57th is called H0, and it's kind of the line at infinity that goes around the edge. So those 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We kind of had that in our triangles as well, didn't we? Have one thing going around the outside. T noises. Okay, so there's this H line that goes around the outside. So then the lines are something like cards. But a card's supposed to have loads of these on. What's this doing? What's this? Some of these lines are really, really thick as well, which is not that helpful. What's a line showing me? It's connected all the A2s. This particular line. Why do I want that? Don't double cards have like loads of things on? Oh, yeah, they do. Because the lines are cards or something? Each particular double card doesn't have lots of things on. Each particular double card has a handful of things on. Maybe it is 8 things. Right, there's 8 things on each card. Maybe. Right, so then the line is where does that symbol appear? The symbol appears, the line kind of is the symbol. It passes through these points and says, aha, you have this symbol on this card. And the line is more or less a straight line. More or less a straight line that goes through loads of these points. Like this one is just horizontal. And then a kind of infinity zone over here. There's a slight curve as it heads off to these things, which I think are supposed to be kind of points at infinity. There's this parallel idea going on with parallel lines, which sort of meet at infinity if you put in one point at infinity for those parallel lines. And I guess you should add in a different point at infinity for different parallel lines. Right. And these are all kind of straight lines, which makes me think, there's kind of n squared thing going on here. And for me, the number is 3. So sort of, what is the formula? N squared plus n plus 1. 3 plus 3 plus 1. But that's not, the final place called 7, right? 2, 4, yeah, which is 2 squared plus 2 plus 1. 4 plus 2 plus 1 is 7. n plus 1 points on each line. Okay, n plus 1 points on each line. Right, okay. I'm enjoying this picture. I think I'm just saying double facts though, and maybe knowing about double is for another day. Should we learn about this thing? What's this thing going on? Oh my goodness. Behaviour of connected clusters in a random graph. And it's got a bunk bed structure because it's got 2 layers to it. Right, great. And there's a counterexample on archive, maybe. Good. Okay. 2 identical graphs, upper bunk and lower bunk, share the same structure. Additional edges down posts that are to connect each vertex in the upper with the one layer. That's very natural. I like that. 2 copies of a graph joined together. Good idea. Each edge in the graph is assigned a probability. The edges in the upper bunk and the lower bunks share the same probability. Okay. So maybe the edges are there with 1/2. Ooh, posts have arbitrary probability. A random subgraph is then formed by independently deleting each edge based on the assigned probability. Okay, so some of the edges are there and some of them are not. This is a percolation thing I've heard before. I don't know how pervasive it is as an idea, but it's something I've seen people have told me about. Might turn up in some fun maths at some point. If you have like a square grid. Best drawing of a square grid anyone's ever done. Then you can have this percolation theory thing for which edges are there and which edges are red for not there, with some probabilities assigned to whether that edge is there or not. And then you can ask questions like, is there an infinitely large connected component? Because you tend to get bits that are joined together and bits where it's cut off. And this matters maybe for applications where you're trying to get water flow through a network or something. Maybe it's modelling some sort of porous rock with lots of connected channels that are very complicated, and 2 points might be connected or not with some probability connection. Yeah, that was one of the worst drawings of a grid I've ever done. I don't know. I think I changed my mind twice about how large it was. Anyway, percolation theory. Percolation is a word that you might have heard if you're into coffee. Because as hot water is being forced through coffee grounds, so it's called percolation. Maybe you have a percolator for getting hot water through your coffee. How you get the coffee into your coffee is you put hot water through something with complicated channels through the coffee grounds. Matters to coffee nerds, I think. Or Year 9 geography. There you go. And you might think we just can't do any maths at all because in something like a rock or coffee grounds are very complicated, but it turns out you can do pretty good overall statistical things on percolation that I don't really know about. Wouldn't mind learning about them. Let's read on. This is going to be a conjecture that's false, so we'll see. Okay. In the resulting random subgraph, the probability that a vertex x in the upper bunk is connected to some vertex y in the upper bunk is greater than or equal to the probability that x is connected to y prime, the isomorphic copy. So with arbitrary probabilities on the posts, this conjecture is that the kind of short route where you don't mess around with the upper and lower bunk bed stuff, getting from, where are we, x to y, is easier or more likely to happen connected, and then maybe via some other vertices. Probability x is connected to y prime in the lower bunk. Because intuitively or something, to get to y prime you have to use at least one post, which for a best case scenario has probability 1 of being there, and then go across. But of course that's not how any of this works. It might be the case that, oh no, what do they even do? What's the kind of core idea about why it would be easier to go to the image one underneath? The posts are just, it's really easy to get through the post. Remain connected to friendly moving edges. Yep. Okay, brilliant. It is intuitive because they are closer together. Percolation on an infinite square grid would have something to do with this. Okay. Oh, and then there's going to be some graphs. Okay, so does the preprint on arXiv show me some sort of weird example? Has it got pictures? Cool, right. Here are 3 people. Good paper title, like it a lot. How do I get that? I think I just go there. Oh no, it's got 7,000 vertices. Right, let's have a look then. What have you got? Yeah, I'm not reading this. Oh, I don't know anything about your notation, I'm sorry. Good. Okay, well, I will read your notation section. Here we go. Deleted edge equals closed, while retained edge equals open. Like closed and open mountain paths if you're trying to get between mountain villages in that one-step question. Hypergraph is a collection of subsets of vertices. Oh no. We use the same letter to denote both. Great. No, I don't know what any of this means, I'm sorry. I'm skimming now. Is there a picture? That is right, okay. No, what? And then there's some inequalities, off we go. And then you're going to describe the construction using some really cool looking notation. I have no idea what's going on. I was hoping for, I think we all were, hoping for statement of problem. Second page, a really small, really tiny writing diagram with 7,000 vertices in. And then page 3 would just say, this one is a counterexample, exercise for the reader, or something. That's what we were hoping for. But no, they've actually got some proper checking going on. Oh my goodness, what is this? I never know what to expect when I look at maths papers from outside the field I used to work in, I guess. But oh my goodness, look at this. I was really hoping there would be a simple idea, but of course there isn't. If there was a simple idea, it wouldn't have been a conjecture for 40 years. Everyone wants to just draw the thing. The stream is very good at drawing, isn't it? Oh look, what's this? I'm just attracted to very large numbers in research papers. What's going on here? Ooh. Ooh. Probabilities. All posts that are not clones of transversal posts being closed. Oh no. Oh, so there is a... What is this? At this point, we chose to develop a more refined approach. We started by searching most of all graphs from the House of Graphs database. That sounds fun. I feel like we should probably look at that as a way to get into this rather than this. Oh my goodness. Our computation approach was doomed to failure. Oh, so the probability gap, because they're talking about the probability of getting to the top thing versus getting to the problem to the corresponding bottom thing, and their probabilities are very similar theoretically. Weighted bubble bed percolation. So they can't notice it somehow. Oh gosh, because you've got to actually test this thing about finding the probability is a hard calculation in itself. Oh no, yeah, it's problem solving impossible. Yeah, that's a good. Right, how do we do this then? We're going to go back up. I've got no idea what's going on. I feel like I skipped most of the construction stuff and the definition of a hypergraph, so I'll pay more attention there, and then we might start to understand why it's enormous or what it looks like. I don't think we will though. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to understand this even slightly. Thanks for bringing it to my attention. It seems very cool. I don't know why I expected when I clicked on this, but let's observe a collection of subsets of vertices. It's exactly where we started this afternoon. We've been collecting subsets of vertices. Maybe I'm going to call that a hypergraph now. Just really don't see how that can have anything to do with, because it's a collection of subsets, right? Why is that anything like a graph? Are they connected in some sense? These. I think I want to learn about a hypergraph. I think that's what I want. Out of the next, half an hour we're doing this? I have no idea what a hypergraph is, and this definition is a collection of subsets of vertices. It's only slightly helpful. If all the hyper edges have the same size, right, let's go. Okay, let's try and understand this. If we put the vertex, yeah, thanks, maths. Right, I'm going to see if Wikipedia's got a tool comprehensible page. No, I'm going to see if MathWorld has a page on hypergraphs, because that is where I want to be. And because if I get to use the word hyperedge in a serious sentence today, then that'll be great. Right, okay, MathWorld has not let me down. They do have a page on hypergraphs. And great news, it's really short. So, learning. Somebody said last week that learning is always good TV, and I think they're wrong, but it's an encouraging thing for them to say. Here we are, learning. Generalized edges, called hyperedges, may connect more than two nodes. Oh, like how I'm drawing triangles and they connect more than two. Okay, maybe that is natural, right? You have these vertices, and then when you learn about graph theory, you have vertices and you say, well, the thing is you have points and they exist, and you have pairs of points, and if that's called an edge, and then you stop. So maybe people should say, and if you want triples or subsets of the vertices, they count as hyperedges. And your hypergraph, might contain lots of each. I don't know why I understand this more now that I've read basically the same sentence from Wolfram MathWorld, but there we go. Those triangles that I were drawing, I think, are hyperedges of a hypergraph. That seemed like a pretty sensible sentence. Let's click on hyperedge. Connection between two or more vertices of a hypergraph. Hyperedge containing just two vertices, simply a usual graph edge. Brill. And look, it links back to hypergraph, so we can do this all afternoon. What's a multigraph? No, I don't like it. Yeah, I don't like it at all. Yeah. Deprecated. Should be deprecated, it says here. What's a pseudograph? I like that even less. That's an oh no from me, I think. Right, okay, well I hate both of those, but I do like a hypergraph, turns out. Has Wikipedia got any helpful pictures? Oh, there's one. Let's put hypergraph in Wikipedia and see what happens. Just feel like it might be helpful. Failing that, I'm going to do a... Yeah, of course Wikipedia's got a picture. Wikipedia's great at having pictures of complicated maths things. Let's pop that over. Is the picture helpful? That's up to you. Here are some subsets of vertices. Does this make it feel more like a concept that you might like? Sort of a bit blobby, isn't it? Oh, but then they've got this version, a different representation. Ooh. Fair enough. This... Is that an edge that just contains one? Yeah, an edge that just contains one vertex. What's this notation? Oh, the edges consist of subsets of the vertices. It's making more sense every time I read it. The edges consist of subsets of the vertices. Okay, so why would that be good for percolation theory? I have no idea. But you can talk about multiple edges at the same time. Chat, I feel like we've understood a thing. We can now be like, yeah, okay, collections of vertices. Should we read some basic definitions on the hypergraph page here? Yeah, let's do that. A directed one. How are you going to direct it? The pair. X is a set of elements called nodes, and E is a set of pairs of subsets of X. Ooh. Pairs of subsets. Oh gosh. Yeah, right, because a directed graph in my head would just go from one vertex to another vertex, but no. HyperEdge can go from a whole collection of vertices to a whole collection of vertices. I'm not sure how much I'm enjoying this. Ooh, I like that picture though. Why is it all curves and circles? What's going on? Close from hypergraphs. Oh no. Yeah, okay, great. They seem really important. Look at this long section about applications. Detecting money laundering. Do you ever feel like there might be too much maths? It might be too much, right? And all of it might be good for detecting money laundering. Oh, and then it's also related to circuit diagrams and those pretty pictures of Venn diagrams you see sometimes. Ugh. Turns out I love hypergraphs. Oh. Disaster. Okay, yeah. Yes. Good. Right, okay. I think I should probably tap out of learning anything more about hypergraphs. Why is this? Let's just before we close this and run away from all of this stuff, which does seem nice, but somehow I'm not in the mood for it right now. This circuit diagram can be interpreted as a drawing of a hypergraph in which four vertices, depicted as white rectangles and disks, or what you and I would call physical components, objects in the real world, are connected by three hyperedges drawn as trees. What? You've got so some of them are in collections, and the collections are kind of the wire, but the wire is okay. So wire is not. I'll go with this. This is not a graph on these four objects because look, this rectangle is connected to all of this stuff over here. Is it a sort of directed hypergraph maybe, where you go from this vertex is connected to both of those? It's kind of all connected, isn't it? It's undirected in the sense that these things are all soldered together. A big blob of solder that joins together those things. Maybe it's directed in the sense that you could care about which side of a capacitor, which side of a transistor you. I don't know how electrical circuits work. Fine, okay. This circuit diagram is you could read it as if it's a hypergraph, where there are 4 physical things and a whole bunch of connections. And the connections are a bit like, not edges, but hyper edges, because they connect more than 2 things sometimes. I mean, that bit just connects together those things. No self-connections, no multi-edges, so I guess this is the sort of thing I like. Still feels to me a bit like it might be directed, or the different sides of like getting the battery the wrong way around feels like it's hard to implement in a hypergraph interpretation unless you're doing a directed sort of thing. Some stuff's plugged into the battery and stuff's plugged out of the battery. I think it's a directed hypergraph. Shall I read the text? There's so much text here as well. None of it's about circuit diagrams, is it? Disaster of reading. I have to skimmed all of that. Right, good. Okay, I've skimmed a Wikipedia page. What are we doing next? Maths 2 to 2 to 2, I think probably to save me, has mentioned the Senior Maths Challenge. Let's see if I can find it. You can't always. Ooh, maybe I can. Oh, maybe I can't. Maybe I need to pay. I can. Oh, I can. I am allowed to. Ha ha ha. Right. There we go. So this is the thing that people did earlier this week. It's very recent. Something maybe we could do. Hello, Mean Machine Rex. You're one of the people who followed recently. We did a shout out at the start of the stream, but we'll do it now because you're here. Hello, Mean Machine Rex. Herb started at uni. Advice on managing work. Boring admin things, which are mainly coming from me now that I'm an administrator. Really, I do admin all the time. One, you need a system for emails that require action but not immediately, because the natural thing that you'll do is that your emails will either be read or unread, a sort of binary state where the unread ones, who knows what's going on with those, could be anything, and the read ones are all kind of merged together. So you need a kind of third category of ones that you've seen but not yet acted on. That's really hard. Some people flag emails so that they've got like flagged things for actually need to do something about that. That's one admin tip from your friendly local mathematics administrator. Flag your emails. And then the second one is just, oh my goodness, calendars. You are going to get loads of things that happen at different times, and just writing down when they are is much easier if you use some tech for that. Good. Is it because of laundry? As neutrino. Right, okay. Chat's going to do their own advice. Oh gosh, can people whisper? That's a bit of a nightmare. I'll think about that another time. Oh, great, here we are. That looks like a quarter to me, but wait, what are those dots? This is a great test, isn't it? It's 2/5 of that, great. So we need to multiply it by... Is it a sort of trick? We multiply by 0.4, and then you get, right, yeah, okay. So we should just pick one that's about the right size, because these are all different sizes. And it'll be a recurring sort of thing, because each bit of the recurring digit... I'm not going to do the division because I'm lazy. That's probably 0.0101, so probably C. Right, good, okay. I love the Senior Maths Challenge. There's just so much fun in here. Yeah. This looks fine. It's numbers, isn't it? No calculators for this, I think. No calculators. Here we go. We're looking at Senior Maths Challenge on Twitch. Natural combination of content and platform, I'm sure. Did you know that the angles in a triangle add up to 180 degrees? And did you know that that is quite a large number with quite a lot of zeros on the end? That's 2 to the 10, isn't it? I've got some zeros. Oh, what's the question? How many digits are there? We're supposed to go down to 22 and 25. Herb's got something about emails. Obsessive calendaring. Right, okay. I've tried it. I just end up missing things and not doing the things that I've scheduled for myself. What's that here? I'm very easily distracted. Fishish hype. Cool. Ooh, that sounds like a fun question. What's the largest prime factor of 3 to the 8 minus 1? Oh, I can factorise it quite a bit, can't I? Because difference of two squares repeatedly. And it will gain, I'll end up with a factor of 3 to the 4 plus 1. Is that prime? 3, 9, 27, 81, 82. No, James, it's even. But it does have a factor of 41. Oh, so I can just, I think, fully factorise this number, can't I? I'll get 3 squared plus 1 is 28. It's not got any good factors. And I'll get 3 plus 1, which is 4, even worse. I'm going to probably pick 41. I think it's a multiple of 41 and all the other options are smaller. Oh, I love multiple choice. I know how average works. I'm going to be fine. Yes. Oh, just 16. Okay, fine. Prime factorization. Here we go. Oh, they've given it to us. They've told us the prime factorization of 2024. Brilliant. Count the factors. Great question. Love it. Link to this quiz. Okay. It's from the UKMT. It's a test from earlier this week that people did in schools. They've put it on their website, so I hope this is fair use. Oh my goodness, partially completed number pyramid gives me the most like flashback to many years ago when I was filling in partially completed number pyramids. Wow. The number on any brick above the bottom row should be the sum of the two numbers of the two bricks on which it rests. Great stuff. So the trick is that this is something like 1 plus triple this sum plus that one. So you take off 11 divided by 3 and then you're all done. Because Z is the sum of those. So you won't work out either of them, but you will work out... I think you won't work out either of them, but you will work out their sum. For 2013 divided by 3? That doesn't sound fun, but yeah. Yeah. People didn't have to memorise. That's unfair for math says. Because maths tutor went in memorising. Because we know from this stream that it's a tetrahedron number, I think, from the Kajatin Poskett website. Fun maths or... Anyway, never mind. Ooh, large primes. Do you have to go into this test memorising 3-digit primes? Because look, it would help me to know whether 543 is a prime or not. It's not, because it's a multiple of 3. But there you go. Okay, so they don't end... Oh no, this is one of those letter puzzles. This is lovely. So primes, large primes don't end in 2, 4 or 5. So we've got one ending in 1 and one ending in 3. This is great fun. This is on the road to the IMO. Lots of people in schools do this one. And then there's a next round and a next round in the UK. And there's some other like training camps and stuff to select a team for the UK's team. Are we the UK or we Great Britain at this one? Oh dear, don't quote me. One of those collections of countries. A sort of hypergraph where some of the things inside are also countries. One of those takes part of the IMO. This is kind of like from the people who brought you UKMT style stuff. I'm having fun just reading through this. Great. And I see I've got 20 minutes till 4 o'clock. No one likes these, do they? Shaded area 62. These are both squares. Ooh, difference of two squares. Are they whole numbers? Probably not. That's 10. What do you even do here? What do you even do here? What do you know? You know, so you know the sum of the squares. You know the difference of the squares. You can work out the squares, and then you're done. Right. So the difference of the squares is 62, because of the shaded area. Area is something to do with squares. And the sum of the squares is 100 because of Pythagoras. That's a nice question. Pythagoras on this right angle triangle tells you a fact about the sum of the squares. The difference between the areas is the difference of the squares. Simultaneous equations for the squares. That's fantastic. So what are they then? 162 divided by 2 is 81 or something. So are they just 9 and 81, 19 or something? 9 and 19 smashing as the squares. Because 9 and 19 have a difference of 62 and they sum to 100. So then, oh gosh, kn is the small one, so 9 square rooted 3. And that's tricky because that's the square root of the large, that's the side length of the large square. You have to know that that's bigger than 3. Fun, I like that a lot. Oh, we do have a Discord. We have an unofficial Discord. It is not very active. Occasionally we post follow-ups for questions there. Great. These questions are getting better as we go through. At least 2 of the 4 corners. And at least 1 door in each row. So something like if they pick 2 in the same row, then the third one has to be one of those. And if they pick 2 in different. But what if they pick 3 corners? So 4 extra ways where they pick 3 of the corners. Count those separately. Make sure you don't overcount those. There's not that many cases, you'll be fine. Count, overcount, remove the overcounting. Should be fine. Second one, probably the both balls of bread is 1/2. That's a long sentence. What? What both? What do you mean both? Oh, I see. Both that are drawn and not replaced. What? Just write down the statement. Write down the probability, right? Hang on. We're going to go small screen. We're going to go split screen. It's not really working. Bear with this. We're going split screen to actually do this question. There we go. And then this can get a little bit larger because I just wanted a bit of scratch space for scribbling. What's this though? Bag contains balls. I'm getting to the ones that you wanted me to do maths to do. 17. A bag contains 4 balls, which are either red or white. We don't know how many of them are red and white. So we have like R red balls. If one ball is drawn at random from the bag and not replaced, and then a second is drawn at random, so R over 4 times R minus 1 over 3 is 1/2 for the probability of both red. And we are asked for 4 minus R over 4 times 3 minus R over 3 to pick white, both white. And the way we're going to do that is by solving for R, I think, because this is going to say that R times R minus 1 is 6. So once you piece it together, you realise that R is 3. There's another route to this quadratic equation that we won't discuss. Oh, I'm slightly off the screen. My scratch space idea did not quite work. So then you get R is 3. So then the probability that they're both white is 0, because you can't pick 2. I think it's 0, which is E. I think. Might be wrong. Yeah, if there's fewer red balls, then... If there's fewer than 3, then you've only got half chance of getting any red balls at all in the first go round, and then you're not going to get lucky on the other one, are you? It's weird that if there are 2 red balls and you pick 2, well, you might get one of each. Yeah, for the probability that they're both red, you need quite a lot of red balls in there for the probability you end up with both red being 1/2. And then I guess in this situation it's sort of 50% chance that you pick out the white ball as one of the 2, and 50% that you don't. It's a coin flip, really. You either get 2 red or 1, based on 50-50 whether or not your 2 picked ones contain that one or not. Good. Sounds like it should be 1/2 though, doesn't it? Good. Almost counts as a trick question, maybe, but not quite. I think it is 0. It was 18 and 19, not 9 and 18. Oh, I shouldn't do questions out loud, should I? I pick 3 then. So I lose points. 9 and 19, so it's not a trick. I can't subtract. Or lose track of numbers live. I think in the real exam they let you write stuff down during it. Fall back on my. Look at me using excuses like that. That's rubbish. And take the hit. I got it wrong. 14 pieces of equal area. Yeah, I know how big circles are though, so here we go. Smaller circle is 1. An outer radial line. Interesting. So subtract 1 from your answer for some reason. Yeah, fair enough though. Fair enough. So what do we think? If you made the big circle is 1 plus x times the radius, so it's 1 plus x squared times the area, and it is 14 over 4 times the overall area. So something like 1 plus x squared is 14 over 4. If you scale up the circle, I don't want to think about pi, so if you scale up the circle, you get 14 over 4 times as much area. That one rearranges to something like, oh, I'm going to get this bit wrong, aren't I? 1 plus x or something. So x is root 14 over 2 minus 1 or something. Is that an option? Yes, C. Good. Right, almost getting to the good ones now. The last 5 are usually a little bit more fun. I have been directed to look down at 21 and 22. Oh, a cross number. Do I care about this? Some of the values. Yeah, fair enough. Wait, what? In turn. They're called PQ, R, and S or something. The only way to score 4, the sum of the values. So if you score 4, it's because you have 1 and 3. So this is false. P has cards 1 and 3. This is false. P has cards 1 and 3. And now what's going on? There are some other large scores going on. Not all of the cards have been dealt, so we can't do some sort of subtraction trick. 1 and 3, and then how do you score 11, 16, 19, and 20? Okay, probably just going to go through them, right? 20 is quite large. There's only a few possibilities for how that's happened. Work through those systematically. Not too bothered. Ooh, maximum possible value at y. We know the sum of these things. We're interested in. Oh, so we should make x. If we're making y large, we're making 1 over y small. We should make 1 over x large. They've got to be exactly 1 over 20, and they're integers, so that's fun. Okay, 20 looks fun. I've got to do some cases for 19. 23. Look at 23. It's got the hat in it. It's got the hat. That's the aperiodic tile that was discovered last year. Excellent use of cutting-edge mathematics for a question. Right, and the request was that we... do I care about 21? I'm skipping the cross number. What's 9? Each used once, except one of them. And there is... that multiple of 13 and of 19 is quite suspicious because those things multiply to quite a large number anyway, and then there's not going to be very many multiples of it, especially when you start looking at the last digit of a square number on 3 across, for which one it was. Okay, 22 then. So here's a triangle that's been divided into 4 smaller triangles. We're now getting onto ones where I probably don't know what to do, so that's fun. Areas 4, 8, 12, and 8. What's the area of IKH? Oh my goodness. That looks impossible, doesn't it? Just crazy. Well, what do we know? That 4, 8, 12 using the same... Hang on, so here we go. FGH is divided into 4 as shown. So this tells me something about the ratio between the distances FJ, JK, KG. That those go 1, 2, 3 in ratio. I'm not saying they're actually the numbers 1, 2, and 3, but in ratio they go 1, 2, 3. 1 to 2 to 3. Because they have a shared height from this line FG up to the point I. I'm turning my head sideways, so that's the base of the triangle. Their bases must be getting longer and longer as you go down because they kind of all have the same height. What do I actually want though? IKH. I'm nowhere near H at the moment. Do I know anything about these? No. Oh, this is good. I was sort of hoping that things would turn out to be parallel or right angles or something, but I can't really see how I'm going to do that. And then ace over there. Okay. It's kind of stretching independence. Take a guess. Oh, I'm going to guess 8, right? Because everything's a multiple of 4, so it'd be weird if it wasn't, right? Maybe I should guess 4 just for fun. That's also a multiple of 4. No, what's going on here? So I can get my sides down FG, but then I need... Oh, I can compare the heights. So thinking about this sums to 24, but then there's an extra 8 for the kind of extra altitude. Is that good? Maybe that's good. Yeah, because then I'll know something like KGH. Sort of, maybe? I've got some unknowns in here, which I'm pretty uncomfortable about. But it's something like, I know that H is 4/3 as far away from the line as I is, because instead of 24, the area is now 32. There's an extra bit of 8 there. Instead of 3/8, 4/8. Don't put a circle on it. Oh my goodness. Don't put a circle on it. I mean, you can if you like. So then what can I do with that? I've got this long bit of triangle at the bottom here, where 12... Oh, so if this triangle went up to H instead, it would have the same base, but it'd be 4/3 as tall, so it'd be size 16. So I should take this big quadrilateral, which has area 20, and subtract the area 16 from it. So the answer is 4 for the area IKH. It's kind of quadrilateral minus this triangle over here, using the fact that it's 4/3 as tall, 4/3 as tall as the one that goes up to I. So same base, but other bit up here. Using the fact that I want to draw in the line KH and then argue about those two triangles, I think. Good question. Thanks for sharing it to me. Maths 2222. Right, hat tile. We have three to go. I'm going to move on before anyone tells me that's complete nonsense. Oh, K's the midpoint. That's true. 1, 2, 3. Yep. Slide G down from G to F. Slide G down from G to F. At halfway, GIH will be half the area. What's that? Oh, goodness me. You're imagining sending G on a journey and hoping that the area of triangle GIH changes linearly. Which, yeah, probably. Yeah, that thing's got constant perpendicular height to the line you're moving it on. Does that sound true? Don't know. Yeah, sounds true enough. It's probably a triangle fact hiding in there. Right, the area of the hat tile. Oh no. Oh, this is not a great question, is it, about this thing? So there's 120-degree triangles going on, so we should draw one of those or something. 60 degrees. Take it or leave it, I think. Perimeter just means we're going to add up all of these side lengths of triangle. Yeah, it's a fair enough SMC question based on this weird shape where you're told, yeah, let's have a count then. 8 of these kites, but I see 16 right angled triangles by splitting each in half. And then you just got area √3/2, which is exactly what I would say if the short side were 1. So now it's a counting question. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I only counted 6 short edges there. And I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh no, I'm counting badly around this corner. Yeah, these are both shorts, aren't they? 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 of them over here. I missed a couple. 4 of them, counting is hard. 5, 6, 7, 8 short sides. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 long sides. I don't know what that makes. Probably option E. Option E is looking tempting. Yeah, 1 root 3 over 2. Yeah, I think we're good. Something like that. I think I had the right strategy anyway. Right, what's this function? Oh, I do like a good function. Look at that. 1 over 1 minus x. All real values of x except 0 and 1. What's the value of f of 3? Standard, excellent question. Which is easier if you know that the function 1 over 1 minus x repeats itself a bit. So we have statements like this. If you put in x equals 3, 1 over 24 times 3 is 72. Excuse me. 24x. Okay, and then we have statements like if you put in minus 1/2. So I happen to know that this will get back to where it started because, not very original, but I set this sort of thing as a question for the UKMT summer school. I didn't realise it was going to be a senior maths question from the UKMT later in the same year, and probably no people saw the same thing, but still, that's quite nice. What's this? So if I put in minus 1/2, then I'll get minus 12. And if I put in x is 2/3, then I'll get f of 2/3 plus f of, and then this thing is going to be 3. Haha, because 1 over 1 minus 2/3 is 1 over 1/3, which is f of 3. Putting in 2/3, you get 16. So then we've got 3 simultaneous equations for 3 unknowns with 3 things on the right hand side. So that's quite good. I like that. Then you go and solve it. And this operation, I think I called 1 over 1 minus x, the function itself, f or something. But the fact that when you put 3 in, you go on this journey looping through just 3 values, it's pretty good. It's pretty good. You can do something like that. I've seen most of x plus y. I think I haven't seen the ending because we ran out of time when we were watching it and never got back to watching it, which maybe tells you how I felt about x plus y. Sorry. Some people really, really like it, I think. I've never found the time to watch the ending. It was nice enough, I suppose. Right, I should actually solve it. Let's actually solve it, go on. I've got a little bit of time on the clock. Oh, I don't know, I've got semicircles. I can be doing semicircles. Also, my equations look a little bit like they might repeat themselves badly. Yeah, no, they all appear twice. So sum all, and you'll get 88 take away 12 is 76. And then divide by 2 to get sum that's going to be 38 or something. What sort of hocus pocus am I doing here? So then f of 3 is missing from this one, which is why it's negative 12. So maybe f of 3 itself would be 50, because that's what I would add on to get up to 38. Is that one of the options? Yes, I'm moving on with my life. Imagine a better one yourself. Yeah. There's probably other movies this works for too, where you ignore the ending and just make up your own ending. We can all think of movies where the ending requires some imagination for improvement. This is a good diagram. I've been directed to come and look at this because of question 25, which is now what we're going to look at. If you've done the SMC earlier this week, sorry for the kind of repeating content you've already seen, but here we are. 3 semicircles, one of them's been given a 30-degree spin. And I don't currently know when I look at the diagram how much overlap there is between the 2 base ones there. Do I? No. No, I don't, do I? The centres of the arcs are x, y, and z. Well, now I do. The centres x, y, and z. They're all the same size. That x and y combo is a thing I've seen before, where the centres lie on the opposite circles. There's a 60-degree triangle hiding in there. I've seen it before. Okay, what are we actually doing? Total area of the shaded regions. It's pretty nice. It's pretty nice. Might need to get back to you on that. No. Let's see, what can we do? So that bottom bit of shaded area is not too bad at all. That left one is looking pretty awkward. The left one's pretty awkward there. See, the thing is, there's a little bit more. So if I bring this in here, it's not quite that. It's a little bit more. And there's a bit of a curved edge here, so it's not quite... It feels like it should be about a quarter of a circle, or 12, but it's not quite. Maybe a little bit more, a little bit less. Not clear, things cancel out nicely. What would I do here? To be honest, what I would do here is flail around intersecting circles, because I've seen a question like this where you intersect two circles. It was on a GCSE paper and went viral once, and with two circles overlapping with the centre of each circle on the perimeter of the other one. And there's a 60-degree triangle, so I'd probably flail around drawing in the triangle, you know, and talking about that bit of area and talking about this bit of area, and yeah. So obviously the correct way to do it is to piece the areas together. I know. I haven't seen it yet. I'll know it when I see it. Oh, what can you do? I really want to move this chunk up, because then I've got a little sliver missing, but I can't see how to piece that one together. Can I send it over there? No. Can I send it over here? Yeah, but still. Why would you do that? Yeah, I just can't see it. There'll be some way to join these together. That left one's got 3 curved sides. That's mad. What is the relation of the 3 areas? They're each the bit that's inside 2 of the semicircles, but not the 3rd. Thank you. It's a sort of twisted Venn diagram, isn't it? Right. So something like add up the total. No, don't do everything. Total's mad. It's got this bit over the side. All this extra stuff going on. So it's the area that's in exactly 2 of them. Why have you prompted me that direction? This is like being interviewed. Maths 2 to 2 to 2 in chat. It's going to lead me to the right solution. Inside 2 but not 3 makes me think that inclusion, exclusion. But if I found that middle bit and the area of everything, which I'm not optimistic I could do, then I would do some subtraction. And I'd get there. That left one is mad. No, okay, I don't believe you can do this as it's the bits that are inside 2 semicircles but not the 3rd. That doesn't sound realistic. Yeah, something like that though. What would happen if you added the centre part onto each shade? What? Which one would I guess? Oh no! So if I've seen that if I put this centre bit on, I get this kind of intersection lemon shape with a straight bottom and curved sides, like half a lemon sitting on the counter. If I put this middle one on here, and I also get that if I put it on here. So those two are actually equal. Fair enough. Those two are equal, and this one's pretty easy to find. Oh, and this one spins. Spin it. No, I still want to spin them. If I put these two together, do I get something nice? No, not really. Something I'm willing to calculate, I think, but still not that good. Oh, does look about 12, doesn't it? Looks like it's going to be about half. maybe as many as 15. I think I'm now at the point where I'm supposed to calculate. Are they the same? Is there a good reason why that one's also the same area? I'm going to go and do the maths because I've been clearly instructed to do so. That one's also the same area. That's mad. I really can't see it. Is it a 30-degree thing? Or... I could see it being a 30-degree thing. What's the answer? It's 0. If it's 0 degrees, then you get nothing over here. You get most of the semicircle over here, and you end up with quite a lot more than 12. You get 12 minus a lemon shape, if that's 0 degrees instead. Let's do the lemon shape. Maybe I don't need to. If they're all going to be 30 degrees like this. Okay. Yep, and here's the 60-degree triangle, X and Y. So I think I would draw lines a bit like this, wouldn't I? That's my sort of general approach. Goodness me. Right, I'm going to call it radius R, and then I've got 60 degrees is 1/6 of a circle, so pi r squared over 6. But this kind of actually shaded bit is going to be pi r squared over 12 for this bit up to here. And if I wanted everything above the line for some reason, area of the lemon and the segment with the third area in it. Yeah. That's the plan. That's the plan. Pi squared over 6, but minus the area of the triangle, which is, oh, I always forget this one. R over 2, 3 over 2, so you end up with root 3 r squared over 2, or maybe over 4. I always forget. I think it's this one. I think it's about r squared, or maybe over 4. R over 2. I'm so bad at this, sorry. R over 2, root 3 over 2. So they multiply to root 3 over 4, but then, yeah, 4. Triangles. Triangles are hard. That much for the bit around the outside. 2 of those, plus 1 of them back again for the actual circle. So it gives me the lemon-shaped bit. Is something like, I don't like this at all. Pi r squared over 2, which is 12, minus root 3 r squared over 2, which is something else to do with pi. Not sure I'm enjoying this. I thought this would be a good question, but I'm no longer so convinced. So you've got some radiuses going on here. I could do that bit, 60 and 120, right? So now I'm supposed to think about 1/3 of a circle for this kind of segment up here. 1/3 of a circle minus, then the triangle is, oh my goodness. This is like being forced to do the maths submissions test quickly, which I don't wish that on anyone. Half a b sine 120. Come on, James, sine 120. It's root 3 over 2. So there's also, I've got a factor of 2 here somewhere. Yeah, so this is, okay, so this is pi r squared over 3 minus, I'm almost there, I think, for this whole segment. I'm out by factors of 2 all over the place, but something like that. And this is supposed to just perfectly cancel, maybe. So then this kind of up a bit in the question, x, z up here is something like you subtract off the pi r squared over 12. So this was 6/12. How much do I believe that pi r squared over 12? Quite a lot. Rubbish. I think I've got a factor of 2 missing in this triangle calculation somewhere. Pi r squared minus 3 over 2. Nope. Plus, no, plus, I was supposed to add, yes, okay, I am out. Plus a triangle. Not plus a circle bit. So this was actually over 3, so this is actually wrong. Okay, we're getting there. We're getting there, maybe. Maybe. Yeah, good. Question 25. What fun we had. Plus, so minus root 3 over 2 plus root 3 over 4 to get minus root 3 over 4. And then this thing is that maybe minus pi r squared over 12. So instead of pi r squared over 3, which is 4/12, 3/12, which is pi r squared over 4, minus that much for the kind of bit up here. So I've got pi r squared over 12 over here, and then over here, goodness knows what I've got. But I'm going to probably subtract. Yeah, exactly, the root 3 r squared over 4 is going to cancel, and I'm going to subtract that and just be left with pi r squared over 12 for that bit of area as well. I did get there in the end. So there's 3 of them. They've all got area pi r squared over 12. We told in the question that pi r squared over 2 is pi r squared over 2. A semicircle is 12. So pi r squared over 12 times 3 is pi r squared over 4 or something. So close, so close. Pi r squared over 12 times 3. Pi r squared over 2 is this. So we want pi r squared over 4 for our final answer, which is half as much, only 6. It's supposed to be twice as much. So I'm still out by something. Oh, 24 in the question. Good. So half as much. So it is 12. After all of that, I think it is 12. What a question. The number in the question is 24, so my answer is 12 or something for half of that. It adds up. It adds up to a quarter circle. We got there in the end. It's only a bit after 4 o'clock. I've spent having rushed through so many questions to then get really stuck in bits and pieces of circles. Maths 2 to 2 to 2 in chat. Let me out of my misery. Is there an obvious reason why that shaded area, slides around or rotates somehow? Is there an obvious reason why it's the same area? Mary likes this. Some suffering. I liked your hint that I should think about this bit, because if you add it onto here, you get kind of lemon shape, and if you add it onto there, you get a rotated lemon shape. But I can't see that for, like, it's kind of segment of a circle. And in particular, if it's not 30 degrees, if it's 0 degrees, or if it's some other angle, then these ones still add up, right? And those ones will still add up. That's not reliant on it being the number 30. So it's going to have to depend on 30 and then just be some sort of weird coincidence. Okay, so was I supposed to be doing... I was supposed to be doing some sort of mad calculation, right? This sort of thing is, I think, what you have to do just to find the area of that segment, which I'm bad at. Am I justified? I made so many out by 2 errors, but I think little bit of a circle, fine. The overlap bit is that classic GCSE question. And then I guess I should have been quite quick to do the segment at the top as, again, a bit of a circle minus a triangle. Always trying to do that sort of calculation. Calculation time. Okay. As long as it's not rotating or something. But then, yeah, if it's a different number, I don't think it works. In the 0 degree case, I reckon Z is down at the same place as Y. And this area has become everything outside here, curving over to on top. So clearly more than 12, because it's going to curve over here. Well, this area, I think, go to 0. But yeah. Okay, that's a good question. Anything else I wanted to wrap up? I'm going to do the cross number. I don't know if it's good, but look, it fits on the screen. So it's just sort of asking that I try to do the cross number. There's lots of calculation in some of these, isn't there? Where you've got to be able to work out like 27, 30 and 190 adds up to something like this. Well, I can't add at all. Maybe I shouldn't be doing the cross number. Is that really 13 times? Yeah, I should have done 13 times 20 and take away 13. Oh, out of practice. And this is 2 down, but it's got to end with the same digit as a square reading across. Number 3 says square. So it can't end in 7. So I need to multiply this by, not 2, because, well, maybe 2. Because squares could end in 2. Multiply by 3, and that's quite large. So 247. I'm going to work out some multiples of 247. I think that's my in. The 494 I quite like. But 494's got a repeated digit. Repeated digit alert. I should add another 247 because I've got to use different digits. This was the right way in, I think. 7, and then I'm adding on another one just to check. But I'm sort of hoping that this is too large. Come on, be too large, be too large. Or repeat digits or something. Yeah, it's repeating digits. This is absolutely the right way in. Because now I've got the only thing that works is 741, because I know that squares don't end in 7. So I'm putting 741 in down this side. Oh, it's drawing grids badly. A new live stream experience brought to you by Twitch. Thank you, Twitch. Well, I haven't read one across yet. Multiple of 9, that could be anything. Am I going to have to think about squares? I might have to think about squares. That's a pain. I guess I haven't got that many digits left. So squares, this could be something ending in 1 squared, like 121, or something ending in 441 or 31 squared, or it could be something ending in 9 squared, like 19 squared, or 29 squared, which I feel like I should know, but I don't know. 29 squared. Take off 30, take off 29. It's the same as taking off 59 from 900. So 841 or something. I think 60. 841 feels more correct. Take off 59. Yeah, 841. But I've already used the 4, so that rules out most of these. And I can't have a double number, so that rules out these. Either way, I'm going to write a 6 in here, on the fence about whether this is from squaring 19 or 31. This is good, I like this. 3 or 9. I'm going to put small numbers in like it's a Sudoku. And then really I've just got to think about multiples of 11, and multiples of 9 along the top is going to be a bit annoying because there's so many of them. Almost anything works for a multiple of 9 if you've got a square left over. Yeah, so I guess I have to think about these multiples of 11. I don't want to. What digits have I got left? 2, 5, 8, and either 3 or 9. Not sure which one I've got left over. So that's fun. I can't really see any multiples of 11 that I can make with that. There's got to be one in there somewhere. Maybe there's not very many. Is there a trick here about adding together all of the digits and thinking about the leftover one or the missing thing? Can't see one. Yeah, I think I'm faced with the horrible task of now looking through all the multiples of 11. Which doesn't sound very fun. You'd think there'd be quite a lot, but we haven't got many numbers. So I think I might be playing, is it a multiple of... there's no 0. So I can't put 2 in here. I could put 2, 9. So you could do this thing and then look at how this would be 297. Could be this, but then you've got to do 2 sub 33 and it's got to be a multiple of 11. That would be 253 then. So it could be that. Could be that. Is that the only solution? Do I care? Not sure. I think that works. That's a multiple of 9. That's a multiple of 11. That's a square. There we go. Good. Okay. What were the alternatives? If you put a 5 in here, then you get... oh yeah, so looking along the top row, because the remaining digit's probably not available anymore. So this would add up to 12. So I'd have to get it round to 9, round to 18 as a digit sum like that, which is banned because I've already used the 6. If you put the 8 up here, then you've got 15. You would need to write 15. You'd need to get up to 18. So you'd need to write 3 in here, and then put 9 down here. And then you want a multiple of 11. Goodness me. Goodness me. What do you put in here? So 7 and 9 adds to 16. So I think you put 6 in here for a multiple of 11. Because then it's 79 times 11. Carry the 1. But that uses 6 twice. That was a pain. And the alternative 2, 5, 8, and then we've got 3 or 9 to use. So almost there. That's just too many possibilities, right? So 2 to check. I feel like I'm doing all of them now. 2 to check, 3 and 9. 3 something 9. 7 adds to 10. I want 8. 614. Gosh, I've actually got to think about multiples of 11 for that one. And I've got the one where I use 9s and 3s, which fills in a multiple of 9 like that. It's good that 9 and 11 are quite large, so you get these possibilities. 3 and 9. And dividing by 11 is kind of fun. I know the trick for adding together two-digit multiples of 11, where the middle is kind of the sum, except maybe you carried the 1. Here that's not the sum, is it? Because it can't be 12, so it must be 2 and 9 that were being added together. 29 times 11, they carry over and you get 319, but that uses 3 twice. Over here, 9 and 3, that looks a bit like, well, you can't add this together, you get 12, so it looks a bit like 8 and 3 have been added to give 11 and carried the 1 over. So now 1, 3, to kind of work out those multiples of 11. That feels more fun than doing the cross number properly, but whatever. And that uses 1 twice as well, I think. Is that really 83 times 11? Is that what I'm claiming? Yeah, that is what I'm claiming. Wow, and it uses 1 twice. That uses 1 twice. That looks like the solution, and it hasn't used the digit 48. It hasn't used the digit 8. Is that an option? That is an option. B. Fair enough. I'm going to keep doing this. I think I'm having fun. If you have somewhere to be, then have a lovely afternoon. But I've got round to it where I'm now having fun again. So I think I'm not stopping question 25. That was too weird. Right, so loads of cases in question 19 as well, which feels a bit weird. But hey, what have they got? So there's P, Q, R, and S. 4, 11, 16. How many of them are there? There's 5 of them. 4, 11, 16, 19, and 20. You've got to choose an angle of attack here. You've got to write each one of these as a sum of numbers from the digits 1 to 12. No repeats. Extra chill. And this is like is it called Kakuru, where you have a puzzle where you have to add and you can't repeat digits. There's a puzzle like that as well. Uses like slashes like this, so it says 7, and you have to know, aha, that's 6 plus 1, or maybe 2 plus 5. I can't remember what that's called. Maybe. Okay, and I think the challenge is going to be these numbers are quite similar. Maybe that's the idea. This is 2 high cards. Like, what could that be? 12 plus 8, or it could be 11 plus 9. It can't be 10 plus 10. So we've only got 2 cases here. I've got an A case and a B case, which I'm going to now colour code and hope for the best. Yeah, it's kind of hard to see how this is going to be forced to use weird, how we'll ever know what Q is up to, but hey, we'll get back to that in a second. So A case and a B case. How long can I keep up the colour coding? Let's find out. So in the A case, there are several possibilities of how to make 19, aren't there? I mean, it could be 12. Oh no, we've used 12 in the A case. It could be 11 plus 8. It could be 10 plus 9. Those are allowed. But then nothing else really is a way to make 19. I knew there's not that many cases at the top because these are both quite large numbers. They've both got pretty lucky in this card game. So 11 plus 9. If this 20 is secretly an 11 plus 9, then what we're looking at is, well, you could be 12 plus 7. You can't be 11 plus 8 because we used it. You can't be 10 plus 9 because we used that as well. So there's only one possibility in the pink case as we read down these cases. It's good. I like it when the cases kind of don't spew out of control. Like they are spewing out of control a little bit here, where we've now got light blue and dark blue cases. Spreading out. Colour coded. It's a colourful day. Right, cool. So 16 in the light blue case. I'm reading down, I think. There's just so many small numbers. Like, well, maybe not that many. Well, I know. There's things like 4 and 7 and stuff like that. He says vaguely. Okay, light blue. We've now used 12, 11. I know we've used 8 twice. So this light blue was even better, wasn't it? We've used 12, 11. But then we can't use 11 plus 8. We can't write both of them as 8s. Ah, this is good. I don't need dark blue because that's impossible. Yeah, okay. So you've got these large numbers, 9, 10, 9, 9s and 10s of this world. 811 is banned if you used the 8 already. Yeah, what does this say then? This says, I think, between them they're holding almost all of the top cards. Yeah, okay. So no 11, no 10 would need the 9. So there's quite a few ways to make 19. 12, 11. 11 plus 8, but 11 plus 8 is banned either way. And then 10 has to go with 9. And that's it. So they're the only possibilities. Okay, how do you make 16 in either case? This feels good. It feels like the cases are not spiraling out of control. In the light blue case, we've now used 12. We haven't used 11. That's allowed. We've used 10. We've used 9. We've used 8. So that's the only possibility in the light blue case. In the pink case, we've used 12, 11. No, in the pink case, we've used 12, 11. We haven't used 10, so that's allowed. We've used 9. We haven't used 8, but you can't have a pair of 8s for this. So there's only one possibility. Okay, I'm going to read down one more row because I'm now thinking that maybe we're good. Maybe one of these will turn out to be impossible eventually. So 10, you could make that with 10 and 1, except we've used the 1. So maybe 9 and 2. In the light blue case, though, we've already used 9, so that's not allowed. So 8 plus 3. Oh no, we've already used 3. 7 plus 4. 7 plus 4 in the light blue cases seems fine to me. But then 8 we've already used, 9 we've already used, 10, we've used so many cards. So we've got 7 plus 4. So that was now, I think, a consistent set in light blue. So I'm really hoping that the pink case dies out now and we resolve once and for all which of these cases we're in. Because 11 could be 10 plus 1, but that's banned because we already used the 1. It could be 9 plus 2, but we already used the 9 over here. It could be 8 plus 3, but we already used the 3. It could be 7 plus 4, but we already used the 7. It could be 6 plus 5, but we already used the 6. So there's no possibilities in the pink case for how Q got 11. It finally comes to this conclusion where we use both the facts that we've used, the 1 and the 3. That is a well-designed puzzle. Hats off, that is a well-designed puzzle where it had two cases that survived all the way through the logic until perfectly lined up with the things that we had. That's well-designed. I like that a lot. Oh, what's the actual question? I haven't actually interacted with what we're choosing. Which of the following statements is true? Oh, okay. P doesn't have card 2, we knew that straight away. Does Q have card 3? No, in the blue case, Q has 7 and 4. Does R have card 5? Yes. Does S have card 7? No, that's the pink case. Does E have the card 11? That, my friends, is the dichotomy. E does not have 11. T does not have 11 because we're not in the pink case. Good, okay, so this one at the top is just impossible because of thinking about how you make 4. And then Q is impossible as a result. And then C, D, and E are all, for me, blue or pink. C is consistent with the blue bit, and then D and E are both parts of the pink solution line, which dies out over here, blue. So I'm choosing C. Yeah, that's a good question. I liked that a lot. See, good thing I stayed alive. I think I've now run out of questions that I care about. Is that allowed? I think I've now run out of questions. How do there's 3-digit primes? Oh, they've got the same middle digit. Maybe that makes this nice. Maybe that makes this nice. In some order. So there's some RT1 and some RT3. What the first digit's called? P and Q. P and Q. And they are in some order. Some order 2, 4, 5. There's only 3 possibilities, right? So it's 421, 521. Are these both prime? If you put the 4s in the middle, I reckon I should think about multiples of 3, by the way. No, I've put something in the wrong place. 1 and 3. Oh yes, I've messed up. Reverse. I should probably think about multiples of 3, shouldn't I? But where's the fun in that? So this could be 2, 4, 5513, or it could be 254413, or it could be 452213, like this. And I bet multiples of 3 kills some of this. There's one. There's a multiple of 3. Stop right there. Multiple of 3. And also there's one. Multiples of 3. Yeah, that's nice. That's just nice. I hope these are prime. I'm not going to check, but I hope they're prime. Which digits are? I've got it as 2. Let's cheat. Yeah, 41's prime. And 523 is unsurprisingly also a prime. Ones that are the other way around. Oh, I already decided the last digit of a prime is something I have strong feelings about. The last digit of a prime really shouldn't be even, and it really shouldn't be 5. So I've only got 1 and 3 as the last digits. And I guess I don't care which is larger or smaller, so I don't care which is the one that ends in 1 and which is the ends in 3. Oh no, you're right. They could be the other way round, switch relative to the 1s and 3s. Okay, I did jump the gun there. You're right, there's some of these. Other way round, relative to the 1s and 3s, not relative to the size of the numbers. Well, I'm hoping that I can still kill some of these for being multiples of 3. Right, there's one. Can I find any more multiples of 3? This looks like a multiple of 3 as well, so I should worry a bit about these numbers. Are these primes? They're not multiples of 3. No, they're not. They're not multiples of 3. Why can't 4 go with 3? I can't immediately see that. Is it about multiples of 3 again? Or multiples of 9 or something? No, it's not 9. Oh gosh, what's 253 then? It looks like a multiple of 11, to be honest. Yeah, we've had that already today. It's a multiple of 11. It's 23 times 11. And 451 is also a multiple of 11. Am I supposed to think about their difference or something? If 4 goes with 3, it's always divisible by 3. Oh yeah, okay. Goes with here, whatever the middle digit is. Not sure what goes with means. Oh, you'll look at the other one or something? No, I don't know. Oh, because the other digit is 1 or 2 or 5. So if you have 4 and 3 paired together, you have 7. No. What? I don't know. 1, 3, 4 is not. Okay. Divisible by 3. I sort of know what you mean though. Good. Okay, I think I've maybe, I sort of skipped some of the early ones. Maybe extracted all of the maths fun from this SMC paper, but I have enjoyed doing it. And it's nice doing things quickly when I can. This is a great question. One of these is secretly a square? It's not that one. This is lovely. Look at this. None of these look like squares at all. Oh, and a pattern. There's a pattern. Excellent stuff. N squared plus n plus 1. No, that's the size of the finite projective plane, actually. A square number for each positive integer n. Oh, I think my vote is for the one that... I'm going to check out the one that looks like a n to the 4. I think. Because what's it going to be the square of? Something like n squared or something. And this will be a cute fact that's good. Let's try and prove the cute fact that's good. That's always what we want to do, isn't it? So if we multiply out this stuff, we get this term here is the sum of those numbers, which is 6. And then there's a bit where it's the sum of the pairs. So 2, 6, and 3 makes 11. 6n plus 1. Does that look like a square to anyone? If it is, it would be something like this squared. If it is. Oh my god, don't multiple choice it. Come on, it's a nice fact. If it's true, it's a nice fact. We should try and prove it. So, butterfly emoji. Is this a square? We're trying. It could be, couldn't it? Let's multiply it out the kind of school way and see what happens. We'll get that n to the 4. We'll get the kn cubed that I really want. Starting to think that k should be 3. Whoa, so now I've got strong feelings about k and I haven't finished multiplying out yet. So that's going to give me 9, 10, 11. It did give me 11. Brilliant stuff. Is this going to give me the 6 on the other side and then the 1? Yeah, cool. So 3. I did mean meme, sorry. Not my proudest moment to mix up the words emoji and meme. That makes me look 20 years older than I am, doesn't it? No offence to people who are 20 years older than me and know which way around emojis and memes are, but I'm trying to be down with the kids. I'm trying to be down with the kids. It's not working. I'm going to blame my age, not my lack of thinking ability. Thus offending everyone. Right. That's a good fact. Look at that. That's lovely. Is this secretly that the tetrahedron is tetrahedron? No, what's that? What is this fact? This fact is great. Where did it come from? What's going on? And the fact is something like the difference of these two squares factorizes really nicely, and we should do the difference of two squares. Difference of two squares on these squares, and it'll just be worth our time, apparently. Yeah, A+ would recommend that factorizes really nicely. I like that a lot. So some genius out there has realized that this product is really similar to this product, and then expressed that as the difference of two squares and then rearranged it. That's such a good fact. That's really nice. Yeah, you know, you got to respect it when you see it. The product of 4 consecutive numbers is 1 less than a square. That's a good fact. You could put that on a t-shirt. That's great. Take your favourite number, multiply it with the 3 numbers just before it, add 1, you got a square. Brilliant. Yeah, I know, I said it and then I thought, that's not good, is it? It's just not good. I try to have it both ways as well, which is not good. Sorry, Twitter chat. Right, good. Okay, just going to factorise. Oh no, I've skipped this polyhedron as well. Don't really care how many 2-digit factors it's got. Sorry, don't multiply them by 2 too many times. Think about the 11s. You can't use both of these. It'll be all right. I'm just going to think about this polyhedron. Love a polyhedron. Smallest number of edges. If you dare to use an octagon. Well, like 8. Oh, I see. Oh, can you get away with fewer edges? There's a thinker. What? So am I supposed to... Wait, what? An octahedron-based pyramid? Is that just the answer to this question? Oh no, but that would have 16 edges. It's quite a lot. Does every corner need an extra edge? Yes. Can they share a bit? No. I think 16 then. You've got to add at least 1 edges though. Yeah. Each corner needs at least 3 edges. The edges can't be joined to any of the ones already on that octagon. So they're all going to have to be joined to something else. And then you've drawn in 8 more edges. So you're at 16 now. Stop there by making it a pyramid. Yeah, so my intuition was the right shape. So I skipped 12 twice. Oh, I did skip 12 twice. Skipped it forwards and backwards. It's more prime numbers. Oh, and they use all the digits. Oh, okay, except 5 because... Yeah, fine, okay. When you add them all together, great. Oh, and more information needed is an option. Has that ever been the correct answer to a senior maths challenge question? Scientists are unsure. I'm going to need a big list of 2-digit primes, aren't I? That don't use 5 to try and get all the 100, okay, so like 13, oh, not that colour. 13, because I'm skipping 11, 17, 19. Oh yeah, okay, this is not too bad. 29, 31, 37, not 39, 41, 43. Is this true? Are these three all primes? I can never remember. And then skip all the 50s, get to 61. Okay, so 61. Oh, this is going to be good because I need to have one of these because I can't have a prime ending in 2. And I need one of these because I can't have a prime ending in 4. 61 is going to be tricky because then 63 is not prime, 67 is prime. Are you supposed to just go into the test knowing all of these, by the way? Oh yeah, I can't use most of these because I've just realised the primes are going to end in, respectively, 1, 3, 7 and 9, aren't they? They're going to end in 1, 3, 7 and 9. Those are the things that primes end in. And then I've got to put these first digits in. So it's just about permuting 2, 4, 6, 8 over there. So most of these primes I don't need. So forget about 70s. Show me the 80s. These are all prime, I think. Not 87, I always make that mistake. Okay, so Sudoku rules then. Maybe this is 8, maybe this is 8. Where can you put a 6? In the 7 slot or the 1 slot. Where can you put a 4? Loads of them, mate. You can have a 4 here or here or here. Where can you put 2? In the 3 slot or in the 9 slot. So, you know, just a few possibilities there. I think there's some... Oh, we're adding them! Adding them! Adding them! Nstucky's here! Hello, how's it going? We're just overrunning like crazy. We've got a great question about adding together primes where we're not going to work out the primes, we're going to add them. I was distracted by working out some primes, but none of that matters because whatever order they're in, I can add their tens digits separately from adding the units digits. This exam is great, isn't it? It's just really good. So I'm going to get 200 and something, 220. That's brilliant. That's a really good question. Again, that's 2 in a row that I really like. Ah, right. What a good exam. Have they got more of these? Can we do this every week? I've found my happy place, which is challenging questions for teenagers that I can sort of do with help from teenagers. So that's good. Right, good. I think I'm going to wrap up now. Sorry, I know Nstucky's here. Nstucky, got any requests? Do you want any particular maths? We're doing this because, you know, here it is. Stacking dice. Only 9 faces. 2 touching faces have the same number on them. Visible faces. It's 33. I've seen these before. It's the thing about dice. When did you learn this? Dice have the opposite sides on a 6-sided dice out of 7. You're right. Okay. So the visible one's 28 and there's a 5 on the top. So the opposite thing's 2. Standard dice. You have to go into this test knowing what standard dice are. So that's fun. Right, so this is just... Is this a nice polynomial? Or... yeah, it's not too bad, is it? Will I be able to factorise it by sight if I see this? Maybe, maybe not. In degrees? Yep, in degrees. 10 and 18. Today we are just messing around with the senior maths challenge. I should probably guessed 10, shouldn't I? 10, 70, 100. Okay, should maybe have guessed that. You're going to collect some points in 2 minutes. Is that how it works? Am I now imprisoned? Can I just put it on back soon and just broadcast nothing for 2 minutes? Is that what Twitch wants? Is that what Twitch is rewarding? Just leave the stream going. Maybe I'll get my final follower someday. Right, okay. The point redemption happens at weird moments. Any more I've skipped? I skipped this multiplication question. I don't know. That's like, you got to do division. Do you use the fact that that's about 2 down here? Oh, you've only got to get the multiples of 10 roughly, right? Sure, okay, that's about 5,000. That's about like having a 2 here, fine, okay. We keep it's secretly follower mode. I think there's a good chance that I stop streaming and then get a follower, which is fair enough, you know. Numbers go up. I love this. Why is the word correctly in this question? Okay, question writing tips. Why do they have to say correctly here? You got your points. Right, cool. We're going to wrap up then. Ooh. Related problems. Do they do extension questions? I don't think they used to do that. Is that new? Solutions and investigations. How long have they been doing that? Since 2015. To answer the question. Yeah, good. Okay. Yep, divide it by 5 and multiply by 4. Kind of astonishing that I couldn't do that in my head. We got any fun stuff going on? Yeah, that's the shape I was imagining. Yep, that was what I was going to do. Don't think I read that question. Or that one. Or that one. What's going on here? Palindromes. Oh, they do just check n equals 1. Are they checking small numbers? I don't know about this. It's not quite recorded in the stream, so you need to appreciate the sequence of someone joining, Mary commenting on how many people there were, and then someone immediately getting banned by a moderator for being a bot, and then we're going back down again. So I'm like, oh wow, a bot's joined. I'm gone. Why haven't we proved? Yeah, it's this. Or did the calculation that I did apparently considered? Yeah, not be adequate. Yeah, I agree. There's just n equals 1. Looking for squares. And then put n as 2. Oh. Whereas this way, if you actually prove it, then you can put in n equals 0, and actually they all give you 1 if you put in n equals 0. So, you know, there you go. Yeah, good, okay. Oh, investigation. Proves that this thing is never a square. That's a good question, because it looks like it might be, because it starts with n squared. And although, as I write it out, I realise that I have seen this question before, and the answer is going to be no, because it is in between these two things. And it's bigger than this one, and it's smaller than that one. Those are consecutive squares. I think I've seen that before. Yes, we're now broadcasting to almost almost 2-digit stream numbers. It's very exciting times. Good. Right, when reading investigations, good. Yeah, it's just going to point out. Oh look, that's nice. Yeah, that is what I notice. You do 1, 3, 3, 1. Once you've done a few of these, you start trying to find faster ways to do them. What's this going to be then? 1, 4, 6, 4, 1, and we want these outside ones plus twice the middle one is 500, and we're told something about combinations of these ones. Algebra. Suppose you're going to pass it right 2. Smallest number of additional bricks on which we'd need to know. Oh gosh, probably just 1 would do it. I may be losing steam. I think we're going to lose steam and then hang up the show and see if we can hit a follower goal. Which one is it we're doing? I always forget. It's a follower goal. We'll see if we hit a follower goal in between streams. Cool. Okay. We had a recommendation of another Twitch channel that looks more professional, where you can. They've actually registered as a non-profit, where you can learn some maths. So that's exciting. Goodness me, look at this. They have on-screen stuff. I'm looking at the channel now. On-screen stuff for subscribers and things. Ooh, what's that? You did it! Just at the end. Hi, 345 rule. It's followed on Twitch, which means we've hit our follower goal. Thank you. That's just what I needed. Oh, we've hit 6 cubed. Because 6 cubed was set by you as an interesting number, because 6 cubed is the volume of a cube of side length 6 and also the surface area of a cube of side length 6. So yeah, Minecraft, I guess. Do we go Minecraft now? I guess we sort of have to. Guess we're going to have to build the massive cube, don't we? Right. Really quickly. Really quickly we go build a cube. This is a terrible idea. I should definitely do this next week. Right. Since you asked. Thanks for following. Oh, you're here from Matt live streams as well. Yeah, you're here to learn maths. Little do you know, but what you've done is cause me to update my Minecraft launcher. So there we go. Because chat said something about 6 one time and it was funny. So there we go. That's going to reveal my username. Oh, they probably know my username already. It's probably been on stream at some point. What are you going to do? Cyberbully me on Minecraft? Doesn't seem likely. Right, okay. And we need to put chat over here. Can I put chat? Chat's going to have to come the long way. Don't look at this. There we go. That's what all Twitch streams are like, right? Just going to move it gently over there. And we set this to something like... Oop, not that mode. Everything's gone terribly wrong, I'm afraid. Is that picking that up? Yeah, it is. Good. Right. We've hit 216, which means we have to get 216 of something and put them into an enormous cube. I prepared for this a tiny bit. I thought it would be... the best idea would be to use... Let's do that. There we go. Best idea would be to use copper, because there's loads of it. And we can save like diamonds for some other streaming goal or something, but like I've got loads of copper, so it's going to be copper. Should have counted that, shouldn't I? Right, okay. Here's the plan. We've hit 216 followers. It's time for a cube of side length 6. It's actually quite large. It's going to be quite inconvenient, I think. So we're going to put it somewhere near the Menga sponge and somewhere near the wall of followers. I think it's going to have to be maybe out at sea. Yeah, maybe out at sea. Let's do that. Seems fitting, doesn't it? Sort of in front of the Menga sponge. Up a bit. 6x6 cube. Yes. If you're joining for the first time, which I think some people are, hello, I'm James. Nice to meet you. What we do on this stream is mostly maths, but very occasionally we try and do visualizations of things. We're sometimes known as a bit of an art stream, where we might build something really beautiful, or draw something really, really hauntingly beautiful. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I can't count at the same time as doing this, can I? Which one are you supposed to use on copper? There you go. 6. Got to place exactly 216 of these things. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's a pretty good start. But as well as beautiful art, which we're known for, it's also about maths. And sometimes the maths takes the form of understanding something we didn't understand before, and sometimes we're solving problems. But all of it is because there's just loads of maths out there, isn't there? Loads of stuff. I'm trying to do that thing where I also talk at the same time as counting, and it's not going very well, is it? We've got launch Minecraft, immediately get bots in chat. That is the pattern of things, I think. I have a little bit lost count. I think this might be third layer. it's quite a lot of blocks, which makes me think it's quite a lot of followers. But, you know, that's just how numbers work, I suppose. We've been streaming about a year. Thanks to people who have been here along the way. I've now placed about 120, I suppose, but I did have to destroy 6 of them, didn't I? A few of them. 2 or 3 at the bottom there had to be lost for this cause. Is that going to be 6? Way at the top. Come on. I know peering doesn't really work. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There we go. That's going to be the top. I think we've learnt along the way what chat wants a little bit, which is mostly maths, but also occasionally ridiculous Minecraft nonsense. So we're trying to do both. There's other channels out there that you can subscribe to that also do maths. I recommend Dr. Simon Clark. He's doing climate change modelling videos again. Dr. Simon Clark is the reason that we started doing live streams at work. This is so good, isn't it? Look at all this. Right, I'm going to get off it and pick up. I think I dropped a few. There we go. Oh, one over there as well. Yeah, I thought I dropped 3. Quick check. So if I've got 40 left over, that's because 216 plus 40 is 256. 40 is the difference between a big power of 2 and 6 cubed. And that's where we are. Right, good. So behold, I guess that represents all of you. It's kind of slightly connected to a tree. Let's remove that just for looks. There you go. I guess this represents all of you in some way. Not sure. You can decide whether you are represented by part of the surface of the cube or by part of the volume of the cube. Would you prefer to be a block of copper, or would you prefer to be a panel of copper on the surface? Either way, 216 is a big number. Thanks for following. Oh my goodness. What a ridiculous live stream. I don't have enough signs. This clearly has to be covered in signs. I think we discovered that signs can go on all 6 faces in Minecraft, so we've got to get 216 signs. I don't think this Minecraft instance has enough signs. So project for next week is signs. What was chat saying? Wall of followers. The wall of followers is an existing thing. If you're new on stream, then I guess maybe I almost shouldn't show you the wall of followers. But it's an enormous Kaylee table, and it's got names on the back. This was mad. Did we do this on stream? I think we did this on stream. It's got names on the back of followers. It's when we hit 196, because 196 is quite a tricky number. Look at this wall of followers. Plus 4 more of them over here. But the 216. So I know there's some overlap there between people being represented in an enormous block of copper versus a lovingly crafted Kaylee table, but you know, there you go. What do people want to... Herb is requesting that look at the armour. There you go. I'm not good at Minecraft. I don't really know what I'm doing. I have golden boots. I've heard that the gold is important. Yeah, gold's important. Not yellow, so the gold trim doesn't count. I don't know. Minecraft's tricky. What are we doing? And there's no garden. I don't know what you're talking about. There's some flowers over here. Does that count? Right, good. Minecraft aside, I think that's been a successful stream. Good. Yeah, I know. Me too. And then I found one, and then I had to look them up. And then it turns out you can put like stripes on your... Herb says trims are new. I agree with Herb, I think. Let's go back to that view. There's stuff in chat. Right, good. Save that. Hang on, let's point the camera straight at the cube. And then, yeah, sun setting, massive cube. That'll be a right surprise for me next time I remember that I have Minecraft installed on this computer. Right, good. I think I'm done. Thanks for joining in what's turned out to be a 3-hour live stream where we hit a follower goal. Next follower goal, I have a plan for this. There is a number that I think we should celebrate more, which is 315. Let me explain why. We do a lot of stuff on this live stream talking about maths and numbers and things, and quite a lot of looking at Wikipedia for facts, there's this fun fact that the number 314 has a Wikipedia page, but 315 doesn't. That's a dead link. 315 takes you to this general page about numbers that are about 300. But 315 I think is actually good because it's got this like derangement property. We did derangements on the stream several months ago. It's a highly composite odd number, whatever that means. It means it has 12 divisors. So I think 315 has got to be, because 315 is the smallest number that doesn't have a Wikipedia page, which you'd think would be enough. You'd think that would be enough to be a Wikipedia page, but no, look, 314 has stolen that fact. Paradoxically, 314 is the first number that doesn't have a Wikipedia page according to Wikipedia, even though it does. So this has really ruined the 315 fact. So just as with 315, I think that the aim has to be hit 315 followers, but more importantly, by the time we hit it, make sure that Wikipedia has a page for 315. This might involve original research, which Wikipedia don't like, but we might have to collect together some facts about 315. So if you see a fact about 315 in the wild, that's now our project. Let's set that up on Twitch. We're going to get 315 noticed. Justice for 315. Good. I think I may have overstated this. Good. What do I click? How do I set a new one? Start new goal. 315. Sort of unimaginably large number. It's so large it doesn't have a Wikipedia page. It's quite a long way away. We're going to have loads of time for this. There we go. I should have enjoyed the pink bar being full for longer than that. Immediately, here we go again. It's +1. It's one more than 314. Yeah, you'd think that would be enough. Somewhere I think there's a list of numbers. Yeah, there it is. Yeah, this is a dynamic list and may never be able to satisfy particular standards for completeness. Because there's lots of numbers. Wikipedia is so funny sometimes. Right, good. We did it. We got another follow goal. We've got a bit of Minecraft. And we've hit apparently 5 o'clock. I think I'm live next week. Probably live next week. Yeah, sure. Probably live next week, so I'll see you then. If I see you for Matt livestream stuff, like one person said, then we'll see you next time. Ooh, what thing am I approaching? Hang on. Oh, bing, bang, boom. I can't remember which thing was approaching regular pentagon. Oh, for dogs moving around. Tell me about it on Discord or something. Haven't talked about that problem for a while. Right, good. Okay, the maths that I was doing was totally wrong, if that's helpful. The stuff I was doing on stream was not good. It's usually bad, but the stuff I did about distances and epsilons was particularly not good. Good. Right, on that note, see you all next week. Take care, bye.